If they forgot, remind them. I hit it so hard the floor rattles like a one-on-one battle, please. The stereo shakes, ain't a mistake. Hold on tonight. The best is yet to come. Hold on tonight. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Do you believe in miracles, baby? Well, I do.
Please welcome Shantanu Narayen.
The best is yet to come.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, welcome to Adobe Max 2025. We are absolutely thrilled to be back in the City of Angels, surrounded by one of the most vibrant and inspiring creative communities in the world. I also understand there was a pretty good game last night for those of you who are out there. But whether you're joining us here in person or tuning in from across the globe, thank you for joining us. Creative expression has never been more impactful or accessible. And if you think about it, creativity has actually undergone this incredible transformation over the years. It's no longer confined to traditional industries or roles. And it's this universal language of human connection that transcends boundaries, drives innovation, and shapes culture. And we think that creativity is everywhere, fueling progress across industries, adding innovation, reshaping business models, practices, and most important, customer engagement. We're proud that Adobe has been at the forefront of this entire revolution. And from the earliest days of Photoshop to the groundbreaking advances that you're going to see today, we're empowering creators to make creativity more fluid, more inclusive, and more influential than ever before. Creativity is entering a new era as AI enables creators to immerse themselves in their ideas seamlessly with the mechanics of execution. And you'll be able to specify your desired outcomes in open-ended ways, whether it's reimagining the layout of a scene or adding or removing objects in a single step. And we think that this fusion of direct manipulation as well as generative ideation is going to redefine how we all create. Imagine a system where AI just doesn't execute tasks, but collaborates with you, asks clarifying questions, plans multi-step workflows, and delivers richer, more personalized results. And so we're investing in AI to both imagine new possibilities and accelerate how you get things done in the applications that you know and love. We're committed to empowering all of you to dream bigger, move faster, and reach further, all while maintaining control and, importantly, ownership of your vision. While the tools and technologies are evolving, the essential ingredients of creativity actually remain the same. It always starts with ideation, as you gather inspiration and explore concepts. You bring your ideas to life through creation. You spend time editing it and refining it in the production phase. And then finally, you're ready to share the finished piece with the world. And we are focused on enabling every stage of this iterative creative process, from the first creative spark all the way through to delivery. And today you have more options than ever before to find inspiration as well as iterate on these concepts. Being able to describe what you want to do, whether it's text to image, text to video, text to audio, it's a more intuitive and natural way to start the creative process. Our vision for Adobe Firefly is to make it your one-stop destination for creative workflows, enabling you to explore a wealth of ideas, from ideation to editing to delivery. In ideation and creation, we think choice matters, and each generative AI model will have its own aesthetic style, and creators will benefit from having a greater choice of models with different visual characteristics. It's why it was really essential for us to develop our own excellent foundation models with Firefly that are designed to be commercially safe, but also to give you the choice of multiple third-party models like Google Gemini, Veo, Imagen, OpenAI, Flux, Runway, Microsoft MAI, and others. Because we want you to work with any model that you want within the Adobe applications without the friction of switching between workflows and platforms. With Firefly boards, we're now giving you an AI-first space with more options to explore and collaborate with all of the other stakeholders on ideas that you have. And deep integrations within Creative Cloud will empower both creators as well as creative professionals alike to generate your content seamlessly. And so whether you're designing a marketing campaign, creating social media content, or producing a feature film, Firefly is defined to be one of the hubs that brings your ideas to life. In the creation phase, we really believe that's where ideas start to take shape. And our vision for Creative Cloud has always been to give you the power and precision you need to push the boundaries of your craft. The way we've integrated AI into all flavors of what we deliver in our interfaces is second to none. We're giving you even more superpowers and enabling you to bring more value from the existing Adobe tools. And so these generative AI features, whether they be in Illustrator or Photoshop, help you streamline your editing workflows while giving you the pixel-level precision to refine your work. We're thrilled that 2 out of 3 Photoshop users in the beta version use generative AI in their workflows every single day. And we know you want the ability to refine generations from other models as well in Creative Cloud. So giving you that choice directly in your apps that you love was important to preserving your workflow. You can easily move now into Premiere to see your concept as a video. You can use Generative Extend to make a longer clip. You can quickly preview motion concepts and iterate and collaborate across every part of Creative Cloud as you consider what you would like to emphasize. And so these deep integrations reduce the repetitive tasks, allowing you to focus on your vision. As a creative pro, you have your process for doing production and delivery across all Creative Cloud applications. But we're excited today to showcase several next-generational conversational interfaces to help you create your own words and refine your results using Adobe's world-class tools. So AI ultimately goes through both the production and delivery. And the complexity of the path that you take depends on whether you're a consumer, whether you're a creative pro, whether you're a creator, or the largest enterprise in the world. And this is where Adobe has focused a lot of our innovations over the past few years. While power and precision will continue to be a key focus for Adobe, we want to give everyone the power of conversational interfaces so you can have quick and easy tools to create standout content. For the millions of consumers, business professionals, and small businesses that need to just get something out quickly without sacrificing quality, Adobe Express is the single all-in-one app enabling you to create anything and publish to any channel. Express is available across mobile, web, desktop, and now it's also incredibly well integrated with Acrobat. And we're excited later today to show you the all-new Express AI Assistant, which empowers you to go beyond static templates to prompt anything and edit everything. And with this new conversational interface that you see, you can make edits that don't require you to actually regenerate or re-hallucinate the image. We're blending AI with your ingenuity in way more intuitive ways. So you can ask AI Assistant to change specific elements of an image, like adding candy cane stripes to the cinnamon sticks. But it's still up to the human to decide what makes the most sense. And so Express AI Assistant understands the element of the image and gives you complete contextual control so you can call out edits to different parts of this design. It's absolutely magical. Wait till you see the cool new features the teams have been cooking up to make your life even easier during the production phase. And we think that conversational editing will increasingly adapt to your intent, augment your capabilities, and help you orchestrate these complex workflows. And in the future, we envision the single-step prompt-based edits of today will become multi-step workflows. It'll span tools, actions to help you achieve your project-based goals, whether it's crafting, as I said, a cinematic masterpiece or producing a marketing campaign. For enterprises, on the other hand, who have these dedicated teams, studios, designers, marketers, agencies that are generating a whole bunch of content for media, email campaigns, and websites while doing all the production and delivery, we really envision how we can unify all these elements of the end-to-end content supply chain. And Adobe Studio brings together workflow and planning, creation and production, asset management, activation and delivery, as well as reporting and insights to enable marketing automation at enterprise scale. It's designed to be your one-stop shop, whether you're creating content for different channels, different campaigns, different products, different personas, different brands, or different languages. And it connects all of the various stakeholders across the content supply chain, facilitating collaboration at its core, and enabling enterprise teams in different geographies and organizations to keep up with these condensing marketing timelines. Closer to home, it's been incredibly gratifying to see how Adobe's own global marketing organization has supercharged our own end-to-end content supply chain, and to see the success that enterprises like Newell are seeing transforming their entire content creation for marketing. And be sure to check out Newell and their Sharpie activation in the Creative Park here at Max. Wherever you start your process and whatever path you take, we want to meet you where you are. Because creativity is this partnership. It's a balance of innovation and imagination, technology, and humanity. We will provide the tools, platforms, and integrate with the ecosystems to empower all of you amazing creators to unleash your imagination and release your boldest imagination. With Adobe Firefly, Express, Creative Cloud, and Gen Studio, we're providing you 4 fundamental platforms and reimagining all the tools you use every day to make every stage of your process work better for you. And so whether you're a K-12 person or an enterprise team, we're focused on bringing the best innovations to serve your needs and workflows. This 40-year partnership is built on trust. And through initiatives like Content Credentials, Adobe is also working to ensure transparency and recognition for you creators while developing AI responsibly to serve your unique voice. But as we look ahead, one truth stands out. The future belongs to those who create. It belongs to the visionaries who dare to dream, the storytellers like you who are shaping culture, and the innovators who redefine what's possible. You are made to create. This isn't just the theme of this year's Adobe Max. It's a call to action. It's a celebration of your ability to turn ideas into reality, to inspire change, and to connect us all through the power of creativity. And while technology will amplify human ingenuity and unlock new possibilities, there's one thing it can never replicate: the emotion and humanity that you creators uniquely bring to your art. And at Adobe, we're here to empower you, to give you the tools, the technology, and the community to bring your boldest visions to life. Together, let's shape a future where creativity knows no limits. So keep creating, keep pushing boundaries. But I know all of you are here to actually see all of the incredible innovation we're working on. So let's get to that. And to do that, I'd like to welcome the host of the show, David Wadhwani, who is president of Adobe's digital media business, to the stage. Thank you for being here at Max.
Just a start. Watch and see what I'm about to do next. All eyes on this. Oh, I can't get enough of this. Oh, that's the one hit, yeah, that's it. Don't wanna miss this. Don't wanna miss it. All eyes on this. La 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. All eyes on this. La la la. So that's what I'm wearing. Whoa, looking so good, now you're seeing stars. Got you so hooked, but it's just a start. Watch and see what I'm about to do next. All eyes on this. Oh, I can't get enough of this. Oh, that's the one hit, yeah, that's it. Don't wanna miss this. Don't wanna miss it. All eyes on this. La 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. All eyes on this. All eyes on this. Don't wanna miss this. Don't wanna miss it. All eyes on this.
Thank you, Shantanu. Hello, everyone. You guys want to see some demos? Not yet. Settle down. It's great to be back here at Peacock Theater, home of the Emmys, home of the American Music Awards, and of course, the biggest of them all, Adobe Max. Welcome to Adobe Max 2025. I guarantee you we have never shown more innovation on stage, so buckle up. It's going to be a packed morning. Now, I've been coming to Max for 22 years, and I know I speak for all of us at Adobe when I say that this is our favorite time of year. Max brings together over 10,000 of the world's most creative people in one place and over hundreds of thousands of people online. So take the opportunity to step away from your day-to-day demands. Connect with other similarly minded people. Talk to people you don't know. Share ideas, get feedback, make the most of your time here. It's a really special few days. Max is also a time that we gather to assess the state of the creative industry, to look for ways that we can improve opportunities for each of you. Now, whether you're an artist working toward a gallery opening, a graphic designer working on a marketing campaign, a video pro producing what we all hope will be the next big blockbuster movie, a social media creator building your audience, I've got good news for you. The content that you create has never been in more demand. Most businesses continue to say that they need a lot more content to meet the market opportunities. And an overwhelming majority of creative and marketing teams plan to expand their talent pool to do so. That said, as Shantanu talked about, we also need to acknowledge that the creative industry is going through an incredibly important transformation on the back of two huge technology trends. First, generative tooling with AI models, and second, conversational experiences with AI agents. At Adobe, we're committed to bringing these technologies to you while keeping you at the center of the creative process. And I want to talk about both of these, but let's start with generative tools. Generative AI models are improving at an incredible pace, and this is good news for all of you. But there's also increasing complexity. Choosing the best model for the task depends on the model's capabilities, the quality of the output, the performance, the cost, and the commercial safety. The best model for generating a video may not be the same model for adding atmospheric elements like rain or snow. The right model for generating an image may differ based on whether you're optimizing for details or lighting, or pristine landscapes or a crowded city street. And a great model for ideation might be highly stylized, while production workflows need raw output so you can add your own style. Figuring out which model to use can be complicated and distract you from what really matters, your creative flow. And keeping up with all the new releases and juggling multiple accounts is just expensive, tiresome, and tedious. So to help with all this, we're making 3 commitments. First, we will continue to deliver our own Firefly models. Second, we're integrating great models from across the industry, so you have the choices that you need. And third, we're giving you a new way to customize and create your own models. So I'm going to go through all of these, but let's start with Adobe's models. The Firefly family of models have expanded over the last few years, and now include image, video, audio, design, vector, and more. And in just the last few months alone, we've shipped avatars, voice, sound effects, soundtracks, just to name a few things. And you're going to see all of these things throughout the demos this morning. And we'll see some exciting new Firefly announcements as well throughout the keynote. And of course, the Firefly models continue to be transparently trained and are committed for commercial safety and for production use. Second, you told us that you want more choice, and we've delivered by expanding access to a great set of industry models. The breadth of model styles, capabilities, personalities are incredibly varied. So we've been busy integrating multiple models into our products. Now let's hear directly from some of our partners talking about how their models and our tools are better together for you.
Luma AI is building what we call multimodal AGI. The idea is to build what comes after LLMs and models that are able to understand, generate, and operate in the physical world.
At Runway, we work with images and video and audio, and whatever you can imagine, you can type it in and you'll get that out the other side.
So ElevenLabs, you will be able to create speech across 30 languages. You'll be able to create music, sound effects, and we are very excited to bring some of our best models to Adobe Suite, where you are able to continue in the same workflow, just natively using that all in one place.
At ElevenLabs, you will be able to create emotional speech across
Black Forest Labs' Flux Context Pro model will be part of Adobe Photoshop's generative fill capability. Just takes a couple of seconds to edit, like changing the entire environment.
Adobe Creative Tools are already stretching across many different types of content and modalities, and this aligns really well with the multimodal capabilities of Google's AI models. We have models like Nano Banana integrated right into these tools. It's just so impactful.
I'm really excited about having our tools within Photoshop because it is the industry standard.
Adobe Suite is one of the default tool belts for a lot of creatives in the world. So I'm very excited to actually bring our state-of-the-art models in the hands of this whole new group of people.
Essentially, you take these amazing creative professionals that have been doing such incredible work already, and now you give them new tools that enable even more. I can't wait to see what everyone creates.
All of these models are available in the Firefly app and integrated into the creative tools that you know and love, like Photoshop. So if you have Creative Cloud or the Firefly app, you get all of these models included in your plan and more added every few months. One plan, one destination, fully integrated, so you can mix and match these to match your creative process. So, and it's been amazing to see what you guys have been doing with this in our products. So things like generating images with Flux, then editing them with Nano Banana, and then upscaling them with Topaz before perfecting them in Photoshop. Then using those images as keyframes for Veo to generate video clips, and layering in sound effects and soundtracks with Firefly before finally polishing it all in Premiere. Workflows like these are incredibly powerful, and we're focused on streamlining all of these kinds of workflows for you in the Firefly app and in Creative Cloud. So to do this, we need great partners. And I couldn't be more excited to share that Adobe and Google are announcing a transformative partnership to advance the state of creative tooling. To share more about this, I'd like to welcome up Eli Collins, Vice President of Google DeepMind. Thanks for joining us, Eli. So this is Max. Welcome. You guys have been developing amazing models with what you've done with Nano Banana and Veo and your other models. Veo is a great way to generate video, but also integrate in voice and sound. Nano Banana, obviously the instruct capabilities for changing and editing have been amazing. This is your audience. What should they all expect in the years ahead?
Thanks so much, David. Excited to be here. My wife is a designer, so big fan of Adobe. Really great to be on stage with you. So in the 2 months since we launched Nano Banana, people have generated over 5 billion images. So it's been pretty incredible. And this kind of leap forward in realism and quality has been enabled by our long-term research. So DeepMind's been doing kind of everything from pioneering research in diffusion models to more recently thinking through how we integrate image generation in a frontier language model like Gemini. And that means the models are just now much more capable. So better consistency, character and subject consistency, deeper context, precise control to fit into a creative workflow. And we have a lot of exciting research. We're going to continue to push the frontier. We're raising the bar for advanced rendering and intelligent editing and realism. So there's a lot more to come.
It's going to be amazing as that comes, how they show up in the tool. So you said your wife is a user of Creative Cloud. I think we have a few people here also that use Creative Cloud. So a lot of the people in this room are keen to understand, and we would love to understand your perspective on how Google models and Adobe tools are better together on behalf of the community.
So the power, of course, isn't just in our models. The ultimate creative control comes from the seamless integration of these models with Adobe's tools and workflows that creatives from across the spectrum know and love. So the excitement from professionals has been incredible. Our research teams have been building with and for creative teams for maybe 10 years at this point. That's why it's so exciting to be here today. And in terms of this partnership, what it ensures is that AI is integrated in creative workflows in service of your creative vision. So no matter what, control remains in your hands. You can focus on your part of the vision that truly matters. And that's critical because these leaps don't happen in a vacuum. So the creative community's expertise and feedback has been and will continue to be what guides us in the development of these models.
Awesome, and working together, hopefully we can bring a lot more of that together in terms of how the models and the tools work together. One last question before I let you go. Last week, we announced Adobe Firefly Foundry. It's a managed service for large brands, and we create proprietary models that train on hundreds of thousands or millions of your own assets. Today, we announced along with Google that Adobe Firefly Foundry now includes Google models as well. Maybe explain for the agencies and larger brands what that means for them.
So we're bringing an unprecedented level of personalization to a company's unique style and identity. So you can ensure brand consistency across massive volumes of content. This is, of course, key for enterprise adoption. And so not only are our models now available in Adobe apps, Firefly, and Premiere, and Photoshop, Express, and so on, the models are integrated in an essential creative workflow. So we're really excited for what's ahead here.
Awesome. Very much looking forward to working with you guys. Thanks for the partnership.
Thanks so much, David.
Thank you, Eli.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so deep integration of Google models into your CC and Firefly apps, and that's going to continue to get better and better and richer going forward. And Google models available now as part of Adobe Firefly Foundry that's going to deliver proprietary models to large brands and media companies, and a lot more on that one later when we get to the enterprise section. Okay, so we've talked about Adobe models, we've talked about partner models, now let's talk about your models. So another big announcement today is Firefly custom models. These are models that are tuned to your own personal style and customized to your exact specifications. So they're effectively personalized by you and for you. And of course, custom models like our Firefly models and our partner models will be accessible in our creative tools. So this is the part where we get into the demos. I promised you we were going to get there. We're here, and we have more demos than ever. Here's the rule and the deal we have with all of you guys. You have people from the product team sitting around you. If you like something, let us know by cheering, hollering, whooping, whatever your vibe is. Make sure we hear it. And with that, I'd love to invite up Paul Trani to show you what custom models is all about. Paul?
Hello, everyone. Thank you. You're too kind. Great to be here. I'm excited to share with you custom models. Now, to kick it off, what I'm going to do is just generate something right here in Firefly, like I typically would. Just generating something very much on brand for me. As we could take a look. Sparrow flying through the sky, feathers replaced by blossoms. And oh yes, we have pretty birds, right? Which I like, right? Starting point, can we agree? This is nice. It's not my style. I want to take it to another level. And that's why I want to introduce you to custom models. Now, what are custom models? It's your own personalized version of Firefly, safely trained on your assets that reflect sort of your content, your style, your aesthetic. But enough talking about it. We're here to train. Let's do this dance. Right, I'm going to go ahead and create something based on, again, my work. Right in here, jump in here. Style is what I'm going for right now. Designers in the audience, we've all been there, like, who am I as a designer? What is my style? Like, who am I, right? You have those crises? Don't worry about it. We got you, because you could just drop in some of your style references, some of your images right in here. Collecting dust on my hard drive, right? Flowers are wilting here. You know, I made all this up by hand, and I will always do this. Absolutely love it. But now I get to take that content, load it right into my custom model, right? And that's what's happening right now. We can take a look. Again, an image, probably posted to Instagram, got like 5 likes. If one of you 5 are out there, thank you very much. But again, I get to repurpose that content. What's happening now? It's being scanned, tagged, and it's generating a caption based on the content and also understanding the style. So I don't have to worry about it, which is nice. So we could wait. This takes a couple minutes. I'm going to jump out and go to a model I already have created right here. So again, you need as few as 10. I got like over 30 here. Have fun. Drop them in there. We could take a look at any one of these. Right, it's already tagged. It already has that caption, and I can customize it. But this is the exciting part. Right in here, generate in Firefly. That's what I want to do. Oh, what am I doing? Well, let me show you. Same exact prompt. I'm not wordy. I'm a visual person. I want to type in something simple. But this is the exciting part. If at any time I want to access my model, it's right there. Little drop down. Boom. Paul's nature collages. Oh, I got Paul's graphic design. You guys have split personalities like me sometimes? Like my Illustrator style is different than my Photoshop style. You could have multiple styles in there, and then you could also have content generated. And what do we have? What do we have here? Well, pretty birdie. Feel free to clap for this. I'm excited. Where did we begin? We were over here. Oh, that's cute. This is what I'm talking about. This is where I'm at. Absolutely love it. You're going to go nuts. Trust me. Block out the rest of the day. Just send everybody to voicemail. You will go nuts. Again, I'm just horsing around at this point. Just playing. You guys, look at that. You jelly? You jelly of a jellyfish? You shouldn't be. You could make this stuff too. It's so much fun because you too can do this stuff based on bad puns. That's right. You have the time. It's so much fun. Again, kind of scrolling down. Oh, this one. I would say, oh yeah, these are nice. I'd say this one turned out pretty well. Thank you very much. I'm with the right people. Based on puns, having fun, extending your style in new ways that might get a little weird. That's okay. I don't know if I was hungry. Who knows? But this is the power of what you could do with your own custom models. And what I've ended up doing is I end up building this whole library, this like a whole animal kingdom of assets that I could use at any time. So this is fantastic, right? Forget whatever generating other places. I'll come in here. I'm going to shift gears because now I'm in Photoshop. I have all these assets. Here's my cute little birdie, right? And then just to drive home the point, guys, I'm so used to placing each and every flower. I will continually add those details because I love doing it. Maybe I'll leave that right there. But this is the idea. I've realized as a designer, my whole time designing, I've been working and creating these little scenes that are like this big. And what custom models has really enabled me to do is open it up to whole new worlds that I don't even know if I'd attempt this prior to custom models. This is where you clap. Thank you, everybody. So much fun. I hope you feel empowered. May it open up whole new horizons for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul. So to summarize, just upload a few of your own assets, and we'll tune a model for you. And the best part is all of your models are accessible, as Paul showed, as part of your creative apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Firefly, and more. So sign up for custom models. We're going to start letting people in to use this in the next few days. OK, we've covered a lot already, but to suffice it to say, when it comes to models, we've got you covered. Adobe models, partner models, and now your own personalized models. Put another way, all the top models, all in one place, all integrated into your tools, and they're included as part of your Creative Cloud and Firefly app plans. All right, so let's shift gears from generative tools and now over to conversational experiences with AI agents. If you've used something like ChatGPT, which I suspect a few of you have, then you know the power of conversational experiences. But when you apply conversational experiences to creativity, we believe the right approach is a blend of language and direct manipulation. So when it's natural, you can tell your application what you want. And when it's easier, you can just do it yourself. You get the simplicity of your own words without giving up the power, the precision, and the pixel perfection that you expect. So let's take a look at the conversational agents and understand how that works in the creative world. Let's start with Adobe Express. As Shantanu talked about, Adobe Express is a quick and easy creation app that lets you create anything you want, special social media posts, flyers, pitch decks, videos, and more. And it's a great place to blend conversational experiences with direct manipulation. So please welcome Jordan, who's going to walk you through the all-new AI assistant in Express.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm working. It's great. I'm working on this invite, and I love the summer theme, but I'm switching it up to a more of a Halloween feel. Adobe Express is great for this kind of project, and it just got even easier with the all-new AI assistant. The Express Assistant is like my own personal production assistant, helping me get my work done a little faster. It's great for specific tasks. Like in this case, I need to switch up all the copy for the new info. And I actually just got an email with all of the new updates. So instead of manually porting these over line by line, with the Express Assistant, I can just drop them in and have it take care of that for me.
Great. So just to be clear, you took an email, and it talks about changing the title, the date, the time, updating the address, reminding guests to wear costumes. One instruction. But it's going to do all of this for you, all these complicated tasks.
Absolutely. And this is the kind of thing I want to offload. So this is what I had before. This is what I have now. All of those new details saving me a ton of time. But on top of specific tasks, it can also give me some creative ideas and inspiration. So in this case, I love the summer color palette, but we're doing a Halloween invite, so I need to switch up all these colors. I could ask for like new color palettes, get some new ideas. In this case, I knew what I was looking for, and it gave me exactly that. And
this is a great example, Halloween. What does it mean to have Halloween colors? So it understands the semantic, the design elements, the relationship between them, and does all of that for you. Now, Jordan, as we talked about, sometimes you just want to do direct manipulation. Creativity is going to benefit from these conversations, but sometimes you just want to do something yourself.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. I already have a background saved. I have some cute Halloween icons. And I love these stars, but I want a few of them to stand out a little bit. So with Express, I can still edit the few little things exactly the way I want. Like maybe I want a little bit of a bone white from my skull here. So even using the assistant, I still have full creative control. But I want to do some more whimsical editing, so I'm going to use the assistant again. I love this little summer raccoon, but he's not quite fitting my theme. So I'm asking the assistant to change him to be wearing a Halloween costume, maybe holding a little pumpkin, and also blur the background for me so that my main subject really stands out. I love that I can use natural language. Like, I'm not a prompt wizard, so I asked for exactly what I said. And I also love that even with all the different partner models, the Express Assistant is choosing the best one for me. So I don't have to be a pro. It's looking at my prompt, deciding exactly what it should use. And I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, we have a little cartoon raccoon here. Great.
And maybe the best part here, too, is that it understood that the conversational element was asking for one of the things, the background to be blurred, as an example. And it gave you a slider, because sometimes and UI element is just easier than language.
Exactly. So I still have full creative control over exactly how much I want this to be blurred. I think that looks great. And then one last thing before I go, let's add some animation. So again, just like with the image prompt, I'm saying exactly what I want. I want all the text to slide in, except something fun with the word fright. I want those letters to kind of flicker in like a neon sign. So I can just ask the assistant for exactly what's in my head and have it figure out how to do that for me. So again, it's great. There we go. I have all the letters sliding in and a really flickery neon sign. There we go. Let's watch that one more time. Oops, let me get this out of the way here. Awesome. There we go. So in just a few minutes, I combined my own creativity with the power of the assistant to fully revamp this flyer. I can't wait for you all to try it out.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
All right, so what Jordan showed, I hope you get a sense how we're approaching it by combining direct manipulation with language as input. And we think that can be a huge game changer. Anyone interested in seeing that in Photoshop? Over to Emma.
Hi, everyone. I'm here in Photoshop Web, and I'm going to be using the new AI assistant. So let's put it to work. First, I'm going to use it to give me a head start on my project. You know, the photos I take normally need a little bit of love. My sky here is a little washed out. I'm going to need to create some masks. This is perfect for the assistant because it can get me started on all of those things at once. I'm just prompting it in the right panel here to decrease the brightness of everything except the subject and increase the saturation of the entire image.
And it's amazing. You can see here, it's actually starting to, with one prompt, starting to look at the prompt, understand it, reason over it, and the AI assistant has decided to create a mask, generate a layer, do it all non-destructively so that Emma can go and fine-tune it right after.
Exactly. It's still giving me full creative control, so I can go in and tweak things however I like. I mean, talk about a glow up. Here's the before, and here is the after. The assistant just coming in clutch, giving me that head start that I needed. And imagine how much time this would save me with 5, 10, 50 images and actions, right?
Absolutely. And what Emma just showed and what Jordan showed is how you can use the AI assistant to ask your application to do something for you that will save you time. And again, non-destructively, so that you can go and perfect it. But what about advice? Sometimes you want to just ask it, what can I do? What can I make? What can I improve?
So glad you asked. So I think this is looking pretty good. I went ahead and dropped it into this design that I've been working on. And like you said, another great way to use the assistant is give me a second set of eyes. I can actually see what's on my canvas. Like I have some text and some other elements here. Of course, I'm going to need to share this with someone like my creative director to get their thoughts. Before I do that, I'm going to prompt the assistant just using natural language and say, hey, can you review my design? Do you see any issues with my text, my composition, or my color? Again, we're just making sure that I didn't miss anything. So let's see what it said. Looks like the overall layout feels balanced. Raise the roof. Love that. Colors work well together. Thank you for whoever said that. Looks like my contrast is a little bit low in my text here. Can see that up here. The assistant actually gave me some really great suggestions on how to fix that. I have an idea though, David. Do you want to see what I got up my sleeve? I'm going to change this to orange here. Let's bring out the color of the door. Let's make this just a smidge brighter, just like this. Amazing. Another example of the assistant helping me out, giving me a second set of eyes so I can design with confidence. Okay, so far I've used the assistant to give me a head start on my project, and we just saw it give me really useful feedback that I handled without crying. Thank you. Got one more thing for you. My layers panel is looking like a total mess. I know what you're all thinking. I know what you're thinking. Who let this girl on stage with unnamed layers? It's a rookie mistake, I know. So I'm going to use the assistant to make me look a little bit better up here. Going to give it one of my favorite prompts. Rename all my layers based on my content. Woo!
This is amazing. That the AI assistant, wow, this is what we expected with the layer naming.
Yeah.
It's looking at all of your layers. It's doing a visual analysis, and then based on that, it's starting to change the names of the layers.
Exactly. It actually sees my content and knows what's in them, so it'll give me really great layer names. Check it out. Oh my gosh, you guys, my layers have literally never looked better. I know, this is amazing. And at the end here, the assistant is going to give me a summary of all the layers it renamed for me. So that is a quick look at the new Photoshop AI assistant. Thanks, David. Thank you all.
Thank you, Emma.
Happy Max.
All right, so layer naming, who knew that was a thing? So, so what you saw between what Emma and Jordan were doing, you saw complex reasoning. The AI assistant can reason over a single prompt and decide to take multiple actions for you. Semantic intelligence, AI assistant understood the content that it was working on so it could make smarter decisions like adding the mask that you saw that Emma just showed. Multimodal input, AI assistant can not just respond with text, but it can actually respond with a UI component, like the slider to change and blur the background when that makes more sense and is more appropriate. World knowledge, Jordan asked for it to create a Halloween theme, and it understood the images, the colors, the fonts associated with Halloween. And finally, tuned for creative workflows. It actually understands what creative people want to do and can start to suggest things for you to consider. Design, layout, contrast, and more. And of course, you can ignore it all as well. If you're interested in signing up for AI Assistant in Express, or if you're interested in AI Assistant as part of Photoshop Web, join the wait list. We're starting to let people in this week. OK, so we're not done yet. When it comes to AI assistants, we also know that people work in multiple places. So we're working to bring everything that Emma and Jordan showed you, the same experiences, to other popular platforms like ChatGPT. We're particularly excited about OpenAI's approach to conversational experiences because they're supporting embedded UI experiences, which, as I mentioned, is a critical part of the creative process. So please welcome Danielle to walk you through a sneak of what we're working on for Express in ChatGPT.
Awesome. Thanks, David. Hi, everybody. So excited to be here and to be sharing this. It is really, really cool. So I am planning a fundraiser this weekend for a local animal shelter, and I need to come up with a flyer design. Now, I want ChatGPT to help me come up with a few funny taglines to use in my flyer, and so I've provided some of the event information, the time, the location, everything like that, and let's take a look at some of the different ideas that this has come up with. So we have pause for cause, not bad, very punny. Unleash the fun, it's a rough job. Okay, some of these are more interesting than others. I like the first one in particular, so I'll say I like the first one. And at this point, this is when I would really love to continue to brainstorm my ideas, and I want to do that visually. I would love to use Adobe Express. Well, typically, I would have to open a new tab, right, head over to Express, work back and forth between these two applications. Well, now I can use Adobe Express directly within ChatGPT. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Express application, type in create a new flyer, yes. And there we go. It's as simple as that. This is searching Adobe Express designs. And I'm going to take a look at, again, just the context I've already provided. I'm able to stay directly within the context here on ChatGPT, and I get back a few designs. All right, let's take a look through these. I have a few different options. We have like this cute dog and cat snuggling together, which is really cute. And so these are really, really beautiful. If I scroll down here, it looks like I can actually fill in one of these templates with the content that I've already provided. And that's exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just scroll up. I liked this mint green one in particular. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now, this is personalizing my content. So I don't have to go back, scroll up, highlight all the text that I had, copy and paste that back and forth. I don't have to use any of the text boxes, anything like that. It's really just so simple to continue this thread of thought that I was doing. And there we go. I have this with that pause for cause tagline that ChatGPT helped me come up with. All right, now at this point, I could stop here, but I really want to continue to push the possibilities, and I want to customize this a bit further. So I'm going to go ahead and say, change the dog to a golden doodle. And I'll go ahead and send that in. I just think golden doodles are the cutest. Also, I would really love one personally myself. My husband's watching this, and I've been subtly, not so subtly, hinting at that. So if you're watching this, I will say less. But anyway, I didn't have to search through like thousands of photos or anything like that. I now have this very cute, very adorable. Anyone would want golden doodle. All right, the background has been removed for me. The fur looks really, really great. So I'm loving this. It's looking really great so far. I am noticing that that mint green is a little hard to see the paw prints. The contrast isn't great. So I'm also just going to say change the background color to be darker and less pastel. And again, so easy. All I have to do is just type in exactly what I want, and all that tedious work is just happening in the background for me. And again, I'm just hoping to get a little bit more contrast, right? Be able to see the background a little bit better. And Adobe Express has given me that dark blue background. Not only that, but I also have embedded controls. So that means I have this inline color picker that now allows me to select a few different options and really just take this to the next level. And of course, I can always shuffle the colors. I can get a few more options. I do love a good teal, but I think I'm going to go with this yellow. It just matches that sort of golden doodle theme that I really love. All right. At this point, I do want to add that last flair to this. So I'm going to say, can you add motion? Because I would love to have this just a bit more dynamic. I'd love to catch people's attention with my flyer. Add a bit of animation, so hoping I get that text flying in from the side or the dog coming in at the bottom. I don't know, I just would love a few ideas around how to add motion, and Adobe Express has some really great, powerful animation presets. So hoping to just get back a few options, and there we go, I saw that it happened pretty quickly, but we have that animation coming in. Let's take a look at it even larger. And again, I have those inline controls, so I can look at all of the different animation options. This one's kind of sliding in from the bottom, but I like this first one in particular, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. So really quickly, I'm able to kind of brainstorm my ideas and come up with this final flyer. And of course, at any point, I can actually edit this and launch it in the full Adobe Express editor to take my work even further. So that is the power and possibilities of Adobe Express with ChatGPT. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. So what Danielle showed is just the beginning. We have an incredibly rich set of capabilities across imaging, video, illustration, photography, PDFs, and more that we're going to be bringing to these platforms. And yes, you did see Photoshop in her drop-down, in case you were wondering. So more on that, and more integrations with conversational platforms coming soon. OK, so integrated AI models that keep you in control, creative-aware AI assistants that help you accelerate your creative vision. So with that as the backdrop, we have so much to show you today. We already talked about how Express AI Assistant is going to transform creation. Up next, we're going to have Eli Greenfield, and he's going to walk you through ideation and creation in Firefly. Deepa Subramaniam is going to then do a deep dive on creation in our Creative Cloud apps, Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, Premiere. Amazing performance work, a lot of quality of life features, as we call them, and some AI features embedded into those. And then Alison Blaze is going to wrap things up with how production and delivery is transforming businesses across the globe. So with that, please welcome Eli Greenfield.
All right, thank you very much, David, and hello, Adobe Max. It's great to be back here. So I'm really excited to spend the next few minutes talking to you about the new ideation and creation superpowers that we've got in the new Adobe Firefly. But first, let me set the stage a little bit. So as David said, over the past few years, we've all seen this explosion in ways that generative AI is showing up in the creative process. The sheer number of new creative technologies that are out there is absolutely mind-blowing. But every new tool that you bring into your workflow is, well, it adds complexity, right? Maybe you've got one model to explore visual treatments, or another one to generate particle effects, and yet another one to fill in a video transition. This is all one more model to understand. It's another subscription for you to pay for. It's one more tab to keep open in your browser. And it's all kind of exhausting, right? OK, don't worry. We got your back. Adobe Firefly is here to help. So with the all-new Firefly, we have built a single destination that brings top industry models into one easy-to-use space and empowers you to throughout the creative journey, from exploration and brainstorming all the way through to creation, production, and delivery. So let's talk about how that works. Okay, well, first and foremost, of course, Firefly is still your single source to generate amazing images, videos, and audio using top creative models from both Adobe and other industry partners. But starting today, Firefly now also includes a set of new AI-powered web tools for every phase of creation. From Firefly boards, where you can brainstorm your next project with your team, to an all-new conversational image-based editing experience, and a brand new powerful web-based multi-track video editor. And of course, we're Adobe, so Firefly also includes one-click connections to other precision tools like Photoshop Web and Adobe Express, so you can bring those and their editing features into your process as well. So let's go ahead and dive in for a closer look, and we'll start with the models that power these new creative tools. Now that starts, of course, with all the powerful, commercially safe, and responsibly trained Adobe Firefly models for video, imaging, vectors, audio, and much more. And today, I am very proud to introduce our newest Firefly model, Image Model 5. Worth clapping for. Appreciate the clap. Wait till you see what comes with it. Image Model 5 excels at generating realistic, highly accurate human images with professional-grade lighting, composition, and rich textures designed for real creative use. Now, these images are generated at a native 4 megapixels, and that's before upscaling, which produces sharp, detailed assets ready for you to put to work and get into your production flow. Now, Image Model 5 also is able, for the first time, to edit images with just a prompt and is remarkably accurate in following your instructions. Tell it to add a hat, maybe remove a distraction, or change the color of a sweater. And Image Model 5 does exactly what you ask while keeping the rest of your image consistent. And that's key. In fact, Image Model 5, we believe, is the best in the industry in making precisely the changes that you want and only the changes you want, while keeping as much of the rest of your pixels the same without changing them. And of course, like all Firefly models, it's designed to be commercially safe with the strictest commitment to responsible AI development. Now, as David said, of course, there are many different flavors of AI out there. And as creators, you all need access to the best tool for every part of the job, right? Now, if you want to stay on top of that bleeding edge, you could go pay for a dozen different subscriptions at a dozen different websites. Or you can now use Firefly and get access to a wide range of industry-leading models in one place with just one subscription. So making a video, you can use Veo, Luma Ray, Pika models, and more to get just the look that you're going for. Crafting an image? Great. Pick from Google's Nano Banana, or Black Forest Labs Flux, or OpenAI's GPT Image, and others. Now, you can choose exactly the model you need for the job at each and every stage of the process and freely switch between them. Now, speaking of the creative process, more and more what we're hearing from all of you, and I think we're all feeling, is how particularly valuable we're all finding AI in the very earliest stages of that creative process. So that's for brainstorming and to explore different approaches. What we've heard one designer call a search engine for the imagination. So that's why we built Firefly Boards, which is our collaborative tool for gathering inspiration, for mood boarding, and exploring ideas, sharing them, and finally executing on a creative vision. Now, Boards is incredibly adaptable. However your brain works, you and your team can build a board that gives you the freedom to explore while capturing and sharing your vision along the way. So let's take a closer look at that. Here to show you the new features of Firefly Boards in action, I'd like to welcome back up one of my favorite designers, Mr. Paul Traney. Paul?
You're too kind. Thank you so much. Good to be back here. Because guess what? I get to talk about Firefly Boards. Now, what is Firefly Boards? It really is just your creative playground for ideating, visualizing, brainstorming anything that you want. Right? So again, your creative playground, right? Not only creating, but also collaborating. So think about any project you want to make, logos, branding, mock-ups, mood boards, storyboards, clear down to the pitch, right? We have all that all created in Boards, of course, shoes. Let's move on. It's awesome. So let's move on to a fresh board, shall we? Right in here. This is where I want to begin. And again, it's a playground. Start with your own toys, your own assets, your own designs, maybe designs or content that inspires you. Drop it in there. And even from here, we could take this and clean it up like so. Right? What do I have in here? Jumping in. We got our Illustrator file right there. We got our Photoshop file. We got a video file. Right? I don't know why. It's there. I could play with it, which is super fun. It's not only about dropping in images, it's about creating in here. Right? And that's what I want to do right now. Creation. And brand new in good old Boards, what we have is we have the ability to use presets. Presets are like little recipes or basically little shortcuts to do anything you want. I encourage you to scroll through this. I feel like they keep adding things. But let's play with one. Hey, electric party. If it says party, yeah, select it. Select an image of this guy, gray on gray on gray. Let's help him, right? Generating electric party, which give me Twilight Diner vibes with iridescent outfits. It's going to get a little embarrassing for me if you don't mind. I'm just going to kind of scroll over, please. I don't know why I'm doing this, but, you know, they make me. Oh, yeah. Fashion forward, faux fur. See you at the Max Bash. Hello. Made from real Muppets. Oh, yeah, look at this. Come on now. Rocking the platform heels. I'm finally 6 foot, everybody. I love it. So make your dreams come true, at least visually, for a little bit. Super fun, but it just helps out so much using those little recipes or those little shortcuts to create content. But I'm going to get down to business right now. So what do I want to do? Just kind of create quickly. So many cool things in here. Restyling. Let's grab, say, that image of that astronaut and the image off to the left. And then I'm just clicking generate. Don't need a prompt, just need an image. It's going to generate using this particular image as the style. So that's what's happening right now. Doesn't break my flow. I can click to generate a couple more times, where I can start to see these come in. I can kind of pick one, right? And we're just getting started, right? Here it is, matches what we have going on up here. So this gets to be really fun. You can start exploring things. And all I'm doing is restyling, kind of picking, I don't know, we'll go with this chromatic one right there. Generate, generate, hit that a couple times. Zipping around, pushing it, like, hey, let's try you, astronaut, with that graphic style. I don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to find out together. What about that balloon animal? So just generating based on all these images, you know, Photoshop, Illustrator files. I'm just going nuts. And we can see those start to load in right down there. So again, just restyling content just to get the party started. And now I'm just going to pick a couple of these. We could see them load in. And I'm really challenging it because I'm like, I don't know what to expect here, but it has them loading in right now. Let's go ahead and place those on the canvas. Bam, we have what, how many? We got like, what, 5, 6 images that I can work with. And this is just the starting point. Have you guys ever worked on your initial projects? You're like, is this dumb? Ever thought that? Is this dumb or is it cool? That's when I want to introduce collaboration. I'm like, help me, designer friends. Collaboration in good old boards. So this is where to invite my designer friends. You can invite, oh, Kelsey Slay. You'll see her later. Absolutely love her. If you don't love her, it means you don't know her. So here we go. Inviting her to edit this with me, other designers to collaborate. Michael Fagoso, you'll see him later. He's in here as well. He's probably creeping on my board somewhere, generating content, adding comments. Oh, there he is. You see him creeping around. Perfect. Right? And he could be doing his thing, I don't know, unsupervised. I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm going to move on. Right over here, selecting a couple of these images, because it's not about just kind of like throwing ideas at it, but really refining things as well. Because this is a case where I'm like, okay, this image has potential. I want to kind of explore it further. Guess what? Edit it using the model of your choice. Jump in there, right, for the scene, because I think it'd make a cool alien landscape. And I want to add an astronaut, not any old astronaut. I want one that's this astronaut. Put that astronaut in there. Oh, guess what? Not any old colors, colors from that image right there. And we'll generate a couple times like so. Okay, so what's happening now? I picked an image, picked multiple images, put them together, but keep the integrity of them. And what am I using? Well, I could use Firefly, but partner models, Flux, Gemini, Imogen, GPT, like all these partner models. I keep scrolling. Pick the one you want. We want to give you that creative freedom to pick what you want, but everything is in one place, which makes it really powerful for me. I don't have to hunt social media for what new hot platforms out there. It's just like right here. So we'll wait for that. That's going to load up. And the whole idea is just keep the integrity of this image right here. And again, that's what's happening right now. We can see them load in. Let's pull out one. Right? This is exactly what I asked for. It's OK. Can we all agree it's OK? It's all right. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to keep the integrity of those images. You're like, oh, maybe it could be better. Can you help me out? Hey, give me variations. More like this. How many? 2, 4, 6? No. What do we got? 16? I don't know how we decided on 16, but give me 16 variations of my astronaut. They're like, Paul, you need help. Here's 16 for you. That's OK. While that's happening, we can see over here, Michael's commenting. Oh, I like this, homie. Thanks, homie. Ooh, bubblegum astronaut. I'm into that as well. all about it. We could see it right there. Let's go back in. Oh, that happened really fast. Too fast for me to scroll there, but now I have 16. And hopefully Michael can help me out to kind of define, say, the astronaut they was. Oh, run away with it. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going with that image? Infinite canvas. That's the only problem with an infinite canvas. Buttery smooth, hard to track him down, but yes, he's bringing it to this artboard where we're having this visual exploration of ideas. And this is what I'm talking about, a creative playground for you to just have fun and create what you want, all in boards. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Paul. So as Paul showed, Boards is a great collaborative space for collecting your ideas, experimenting with content, layout, styles, remixing different approaches, and then executing on a vision. And with that new presets feature, it makes it quick and easy for you to explore latest styles and trends as a starting point, and then adapt those into something that really resonates for your project and your look and feel. Now, once you've got your idea all locked and loaded, it's time to go to work. Creating, gathering, generating your assets you need, and then putting them together into a killer final result. Now, if you use Creative Cloud, which I know a lot of you out there do, everything that you've developed in Firefly, your generations, your content, your boards, it's all easily accessible when working with applications like Photoshop and Premiere. But now you can also take a project from start to finish right in Firefly using our web-based editing and creation tools. You can make edits to any image just by describing what you want to change in the new prompt-based image editing experience. Or you can assemble your captured and your generated footage in Firefly's new powerful multi-track video editor. Sequence your story, build amazing transitions and effects, and perfect your audio with just a blend of traditional and AI editing tools. With these new Firefly editors, you can go from empty project to finished content, all without leaving the browser. So let's now take a closer look at those new editors. To show us just how easy it is to assemble great content with these tools, I'd like to welcome up my friend Lucy Street. Lucy.
Thanks, Eli. I have traveled all the way from Wales to share these goodies with you, so let's jump straight in. I'm in Firefly Boards exploring some ideas for a YouTube video. I've spent a lot of time in San Francisco over the last 2 months, so I brought in a ton of my photos and videos. See, I went to the Golden Gate Bridge, over to Pier 39, and I went to my very first baseball game. So I've started to bring some of my clips into a little bit of a storyboard. I've been exploring some title ideas. I want a little transition, maybe going from a sketch into my video. I got to remember to clean up that audio, and I want to end with a bang, something funky. So let's start to put this together. Heading back to the Firefly home, and over to the brand new Firefly video editor. Now, this is a lightweight video editor, and it's going to be the perfect place to assemble my video. I can get started with a bunch of size presets, whether I'm working for TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, but in this case, I've already made a start, so let's jump straight in. So I've started to bring in some of my clips. We've got my title, a music track from stock, and right about here is where I want my transition. But I really wish those cars weren't there. So we're going to head back to the Firefly home and over to edit an image. And I'm just going to upload the frame from my timeline, drop that in, and type in my prompt, which is literally just remove all the cars. Now, I'm using the brand new Firefly Image 5 model, which lets me edit my images using just a prompt. So one thing it's great at is maintaining the rest of my image. So it's just going to identify the cars, their shadows, remove them, but it's going to keep everything the same. And I just love this way of editing, because I can be bossy, and then the cars are gone. Perfect. This is going to be the great spot to generate my image from. So let's move over to the Generate tab, and I'm going to switch over to Firefly Image 4 Ultra. Change up the aspect ratio to widescreen, and now I'm going to drop in my composition reference, which is this lovely little image we just edited. Drop that in. Remember to bump up the strength, because I really want this generated image to match my composition reference. And now let's add in a style. Now I either can upload my own or pick from all of these that are right here in Firefly. I think this one, she'll work well. And now let's type in our prompt. which is just drawing of a street in San Francisco. Now, it's going to take my composition reference, which was that image we just edited, along with my style reference and my super simple prompt, literally just drawing of a street in San Francisco. And this just gives me extra control and precision when I'm generating. And there we go, look at that. It's matched my composition reference perfectly, and this is going to work great as the first frame for my transition. So let's share this straight over to generate video. You can see it's already uploaded as the first frame. So now we're going to go in and we're going to add our second frame, which is again this shot from my timeline. And let's type in my prompt, which is transition, slowly morphing from sketch to image. Let's change up the resolution to 1080. And this takes about a minute to generate, so we're going to scooch on over to one I generated backstage, and let's play. So we've got my sketch going into the video. Perfect! Look at that. Pretty cool. So let's head back to my timeline and over to my generative history. Now, this is where I have access to all of my generations, including our lovely transition. We're going to drop that onto the timeline. I'm going to open up my properties panel. Let's speed this up a little bit. Perfect. And now let's play. So we've got my transition going into the video. Look at that. Yeah, definitely not lost. I just created my own custom transition. That is mad. So let's move on, because I recorded a little intro, a little talking video in my hotel room. Let's play.
I'm in San Francisco for the next 2 months on some top secret Adobe business. Can you guess what it is yet?
Can you guess what it is yet? My demo on the Mac stage. But that sounded awful because I forgot my mic. You can hear the aircon in the background, so let's fix that up. Heading back to the Firefly home, and this time I'm going to head over to Enhance Speech. And I've already dropped in my clip. Let's remind ourselves of how awful that sounded.
I'm in San Francisco for the next 2 months on some top secret Adobe business.
Ugh, awful. So let's toggle on Enhance, and I can change up the speech enhancement and the background noise independently. And let's give this enhanced one a play.
I'm in San Francisco for the next 2 months on some top secret Adobe business. Can you guess what it is yet?
So crispy, so clean, so professional. Perfect. So head back to my timeline. We'll do a little quick swap. Crispy version in, bad version out. Perfect. Now, you're probably thinking that this takes up quite a lot of space on my timeline, which means I probably started to waffle somewhere. So now I'd have to go in, I'd have to make some cuts, scrub through, like here, and keep scrubbing where I do not have the patience to do that. Well, that's okay, because I have the text-based editor, which lets me edit my talking videos just as I would with a text document. And one of my favorites is it highlights all of the pauses. I can just select that on the transcript. You can see, can you see it highlighted on the timeline? Well, now you don't, because I deleted it, and that's how easy it is. And as I play, it highlights the words on the transcript.
And of course, I've got to start with the main spots. So Pier 39, Golden Gate Bridge, Painted Ladies.
So that is probably where I started to waffle. So on the transcript, we're going to highlight this whole section and just delete it. It's easy. Nobody wants to hear me waffle. So let's play that back.
The whole weekend to explore. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. So moving on, my video is looking nice, it's looking good. And last up, I have this shot of this beautiful little turtle mural. But you know, I was taking it, and I can just imagine the turtle breaking from the wall and flying into the sky. So we're going to head over to Generate Video. And this time, I'm going to use VO 3.1, because I want to generate not only the video, but also the audio. And let's add in our frame, which is my pretty little turtle. Drop him in there, and type in my prompt, and hit generate. So this time I've got the turtle slowly and majestically breaks from the wall, huge and weighty. water and mist spilling into the air as it swims away into the sky. You can hear the water splashing onto the road below. So again, this takes about a minute, so we're scooching on over. And I'm going to full screen this, because you got to look. Yeah. Yeah. He broke free from the wall. You've got the water. You can hear it. Perfect. So one last time, we're headed back to my timeline, back to my generative history, back to my favorites, and we're going to drop in my new little turtle. We're going to get rid of our still little turtle, and I'm going to unmute my soundtrack, and we're going to watch this back. Yeah! I have so much fun creating my own custom transitions and special effects within Firefly. That's it from me. Thank you very much.
All right. Amazing work, Lucy. Thank you very much for showing us all that. I got to tell you, I have worked with Lucy for a long time now, and I am not a creative professional, so I'm always in awe of the creative ideas that she comes up with, the sketch-to-video transition, that turtle flying off the billboard. Even got a wow from some of the producers backstage, and they have seen it all, so well done, Lucy. I also loved how easy it is now to see Lucy using those new editors to be able to implement those effects using the new editors that we have in Firefly. And Firefly is equally powerful, of course, working with audio, as you saw. Lucy made a cranky, noisy voiceover sound like it was captured in a professional recording studio. And as you'll see later, Firefly can now generate a custom, perfectly timed, and royalty-free soundtrack that matches your video's vibe. So with all these features and more, we believe that Firefly is really the best way to brainstorm and create videos, images, and audio on the web, powered by industry-leading models, all in one place. And there's lots more for you to try that we weren't able to show you here if you go to firefly.adobe.com now. Now, you can sign up for access to the new video editor, which is in public beta, and everything else we've shown today is there for you to use starting today. In fact, we are so excited to have you use the new Firefly that we're making it even easier for you to try it out starting now. Through December 1st, all Creative Cloud Pro users and Firefly subscribers, which probably covers a lot of people in the audience here, will be able to generate unlimited images using any model from Adobe or our partners right there in the Firefly app. So Nano Banana, Flux, GPT Image, it's all there and it's all unlimited for you to use through December 1st. It's worth clapping for. But wait, there's more. You can also generate unlimited video footage using the Firefly video model on firefly.adobe.com. So head on over, give it a try now. I really think you're going to love it. OK, so to recap now, Firefly delivers fantastic new AI-powered technology, whether you're creating with our flagship desktop products or these new Firefly web editors and apps. But as we all know, these days, more and more of us are creating on the go, right? Especially with video. Now, you're already shooting footage on these beautiful, high-powered cameras that we're all carrying around in our pockets. So why wait until you're at your laptop to edit and post it, right? Don't worry, we've got you covered there as well, with the all-new Premiere Mobile app on the iPhone. Woo! OK. Premiere Mobile, there was one clap. I had to go along with them and support him there. Premiere Mobile combines many of the capabilities of Premiere on the desktop with Firefly's generative and editing features to create a powerful, intuitive tool that helps you capture and create high-quality video anywhere. So with Premiere Mobile, you can now do the kind of detailed multi-track editing that you're accustomed to, perfectly reimagined to work effortlessly on your phone. You can quickly edit down your footage and then mix in generated video, sound effects, and music, and do the kinds of edits you saw Lucy do as well, right there on your mobile device. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. To show you how powerful that combination can be, I'd like to welcome up my friend Kelly Weldon.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here in my hometown of Los Angeles to share Premiere on iPhone, the ultimate pro-quality video editing app for creators. And I'm a creator that loves pro-level polish without needing pro-level expertise. So let's jump right in. Here's a project I've been working on. First of all, we've got this awesome vertical timeline. It's fully resizable. playback and scrubbing is super smooth, and we've got so many great quick actions here, like this one, that helps me jump to the next cut for quick and easy editing. This is so powerful, but so intuitive. So let's go to the home page. We're going to start a new project. So I'm just going to import some content from my camera roll here. If you're like me, you shoot most of your content on your camera roll, and I'm making a quick video about my interior design style. So great, it created that timeline for me. Now, I like to start most of my videos with voiceover, and normally I have to be pretty particular about where I am when I record, right? Make sure no one's breathing nearby, no dogs barking, but with Premiere on iPhone, I actually don't have to worry about that anymore. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to record some voiceover live right now, and when I do, it's going to take me a second. So when I start recording, turn to your neighbor, whisper something nice. I'm looking for a dull murmur of background noise. Okay, ready? Let's get started. My interior design style, think natural textures. Cozy, but contemporary. I love grounding a room with natural materials and mixing old soul with new lines. So that's my interior design style. What's yours? OK, that was pretty good. Thank you. All right, let's play that back and see what that sounded like. My interior design style, think natural textures. OK, I think you can hear yourselves in the background, right? So normally I would have to delete this, go hide in a closet, and re-record. But this is where enhanced speech comes in. So let's toggle that on. I'm going to turn background noise down to 0. That's right, Lucy, I can do this too. And what this is going to do is remove that background noise and then enhance my voiceover for crisp, clear vocal quality. And this is awesome because I can record from anywhere just with the mic in my iPhone. So let's remind ourselves what that sounded like. Style, think natural texture. So loud, you guys did a little too well. Now let's turn that on and see what that sounds like. My interior design style, think natural textures. Cozy, but contemporary. Yeah! Works like a charm every single time. I love enhanced speech for this. OK, so there's a part in my voiceover where I'm talking about my style, and I want to pop in some visuals that I think reflect that. So first, I'm going to go and grab a background image from Adobe Stock. Yes, I have access to Adobe Stock right here in Premiere. I don't have to go anywhere else for these placeholder images and videos. So let's go ahead and find that background. I'm lost a little here. Here we go. OK, Mount Steras. Perfect. I have a couple of these in my house. They don't look this good. They have died a slow death. I hope they'll forgive me one day. Cool, that looks great. I'm just going to clip this down a little bit. I do love that blurred background, but I'm just going to quickly fill that. Great. So now let's go back to my camera roll, and I'm going to grab some images that I think reflect my personal style. Got these cute little Polaroid ones. Awesome. Now this is where Premiere's infinite tracks come in. So it's super easy for me to just click and drag to layer these on top of each other, because what I want is for them to sort of stagger in one at a time. So I'm going to clip these down here. Get a little closer, and then I'm going to stagger them in one at a time. See how easy this is? It's just so smooth. I'm creating a sort of like custom design here. And then lastly, I'm going to resize them, of course, so you can see them as they come in. We got 1, 2, and 3. Let's fix this one. I got a little too small there. All right. So those are popping in one at a time. Beautiful. I've got my little custom design with the infinite tracks. OK, so I do really like the background image I chose, but lately I've been trying to add more dynamic elements and unique movement to my content. I really want to send my dog to college. So I could go back to Adobe Stock and try to find a video that matches this aesthetic, but I want to turn this image into a video. So let's do that. I've got it selected. I'm going to go over to image to video, and then quickly just type the movement I want to see. Leaves moving gently in the wind. Something chill. Now this takes a second, so I actually was generating backstage. I'm going to cancel that, and then go ahead and use my handy dandy replace feature here and grab the video that I generated backstage. So let's take a look at this together. Cozy, but contemporary. OK, nice. I've got that subtle movement. So image to video just helps me add that extra layer of quality and polish to my content. Awesome. Now, another way that I love to add polish to my content is through sound effects. And I actually have a lot of fun creating my own. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going over to generate sound effects. And again, I'm just going to use a text prompt to describe the sound. I want a kind of camera shutter sound as each image pops in. But I'm looking for really precise timing with this. So I'm actually going to perform the timing to make sure it's just right. So quiet on the set this time, please. Click, click, click. Embarrassing. I usually have to sing that for some reason. OK, so it's going to take my vocal performance and my text prompt to generate that sound effect with perfect timing. This is so fun. I'm just going to add that in quickly. And let's play that back together. Let's see.
Cozy but contemporary.
Look at that. Awesome. So I've got that super precise timing, custom sound effects. I think I'm really going to capture my audience from the beginning. OK, let's keep moving here. The next thing I want to do is make sure that all of these clips match each other. And I did notice that this clip is just not as bright and vivid as it was when I shot it with my phone. So let's see what we can do about this. Let's open up the Looks menu. And we have a bunch of different Lightroom presets to choose from here to see if I can kind of match that vibe that I'm looking for. But I like to get pretty particular with my color grading and adjustments. So let's open up the Adjust menu and take a look at all of the different options we have here for color grading and adjustments with Premiere. This is awesome. I think for this one, I'm just going to dial up the vibrance. Yeah, I agree. Dial up the vibrance and saturation. Great. So that's beautiful. It's a little bit brighter. It matches these clips, and I made the perfect adjustments. OK, so let's do some housekeeping here to get this ready to post. We need a soundtrack, of course, and we have an awesome library of licensed content right here in Premiere. I'm looking for something mellow, maybe jazzy. Unexpected, I know. Let's see what we've got. OK, let's test out Moonlight. OK, I like it. Do you guys agree? Let's bring that in. Again, Adobe stock. I don't have to go elsewhere for music. I have so many different options here, so let's pull that in. And now I'm going to use a couple of the quick actions that I mentioned. So let's split this down. I'm going to add a quick audio fade. It is super easy with these sliders. And then before we play that back together, I need some captions, of course. So let's go ahead and add those quickly. I'm going to pull that from the transcription of my voiceover that Premiere creates automatically. Look at how fast those popped in. It's so impressive. So let's move these to the top, and then I love going into style here and choosing from some of these pre-made animated caption templates. Let's go with this one. Love the way it highlights the word as I speak it. All right, so let's play this and see if we're actually ready to post.
My interior design style, think natural textures. Cozy but contemporary.
I love grounding. All right, nice, right? This is definitely going viral. If you don't agree, keep it to yourself. OK, so let's export this. We have so many different export options. I can even send this to Premiere on desktop if I want to keep editing. But this one's actually going to YouTube Shorts. So let's export this. So Premiere on iPhone made it so easy for me to create high-quality content quickly. I'm so excited for all of you to try it. And it's available to download for free in the App Store today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. All right, so to recap, with Premiere Mobile, you can now edit your own footage, generate new clips, perfect the audio and visuals of your story, and export straight to your social channels. And as Kelly said, you can already download the Premiere Mobile app on your iPhone today for free. And if you don't have an iPhone, don't worry. We got the team back in the labs as we speak, developing Premiere for Android. Yay! OK. So if you're a video creator like Kelly and you finish your work, there is no better audience for you to share your work with than to the billions of people watching on YouTube, which is why I'm very excited to announce another new partnership today between Adobe and Google with Premiere Mobile and YouTube. Now, coming soon in Premiere Mobile, that means you'll get access to exclusive templates and transitions to inspire and enable you to create and publish amazing content right to YouTube Shorts, right from within the app. So to learn more about the partnership, I'd like to show you a quick preview of what that will look like, and then welcome up my friend Scott Silver, who's Vice President of Engineering at YouTube. All right, so Scott, welcome to Adobe Max. I really appreciate you coming to join us up here.
Well, thanks for having me, Eli. It's my first time at Adobe Max.
Excellent.
I'm so excited to be here.
It's a great show. You're going to love it. I got to say, I've been thrilled to work with you and the team on this new content creation space in Adobe Premiere. For all of you, we are calling it Create for YouTube, which I think is going to be a huge help for anyone who wants to create and share on YouTube Shorts. I got to tell you, I know I'm pretty excited about it because I'm a big viewer of consumer shorts. Not so much of a creator. I'm not sure my 7 followers really kind of qualifies me as a top influencer. So I think for everyone here, I'd love to hear just kind of your thoughts about what the benefits of this partnership is for real creators on YouTube.
Sure. So, well, I'm not surprised you're watching YouTube Shorts. There's about 2 billion people who come every month to watch YouTube Shorts, and there's 200 billion daily views across the globe every single day. So I'm watching it on all my devices, including my living room, believe it or not, before I go to bed, on my TV device. So we introduced Shorts to give anyone a lightweight way to share short-run videos. We really want to meet people where they are to make them, viewers and creators. We want to make it simple for them to create new shorts. And that's what makes our partnership with Adobe so exciting. We know many of our creators are shooting video on their phones, and the Premiere Mobile's precision multi-track editing and the connections to YouTube right there in the app via trending content and templates, they can remix content and produce standout shorts anywhere they are.
So, I want to drill down on something. You just mentioned remixing content, right? And I think a big reason why we've built this kind of unique space in Premiere Mobile is to help all of our creators, just kind of stay on trend with whatever the latest styles are and templates or effects and transitions, what's really working for people on YouTube Shorts. But I'm curious, because we have a lot of very talented creators in the audience here. How do you advise them on, sort of the balance and blend between hooking into latest trends versus really coming up with their own unique creative spin on it?
Sure. So any creator will tell you that trends are important, but their own authentic voice is what really matters. That's really what's at the heart of YouTube. And so you need to be able to figure out how to add in your own perspective. So our hope is with our partnership, creators will be able to see the latest hot trends right inside Premiere Mobile, but they can put their latest spin on those creations. And once they share that content on YouTube, other creators will be able to see those videos on YouTube Shorts, and they'll actually be able to pull that template right from Shorts right into Premiere Mobile and remix it and publish that as their own short, thus furthering the trend. This new dedicated space in Premiere Mobile will help creators everywhere get started quickly with trending templates. They'll level up their content with exclusive effects and tell their best story with a rich video editing app. What's most exciting and most important about YouTube in the future is that creators remain at the heart of YouTube, and I'm looking forward to see what they create with this.
That's great. So, I mean, obviously we have that in common. We're big fans of all the creatives here. So really excited to launch this together. Thank you, Scott, for coming up. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And then to all of you, these exclusive templates and effects for YouTube, they'll be coming to Premiere Mobile soon, so go ahead and check it out. Remember, you can download Premiere Mobile today. It's available on the iPhone App Store now. And it's getting rave reviews from users who say that it's easy to use, it's fast, and it's powerful. So go give it a try and download it for free. OK, so quick recap of what we saw today. The all-new Adobe Firefly is your one-stop creative space. It offers access to top AI models and helps you brainstorm, generate, create, and edit amazing videos, images, sound, and more, all in one place. And on top of that, we've got Premiere Mobile, which enables intuitive, efficient, and powerful video editing on the go. And all of this can be used on its own or as a great complement to our Creative Cloud applications, where we are bringing the generative AI power of Firefly and other top models to great applications like Photoshop, Illustrator, and Premiere. So now to show you some of the most exciting things that are going on in Creative Cloud in those applications, I'd like to hand things over to the indomitable Deepa Subramaniam. Deepa?
Hello! I'm so happy to be here in LA, one of my absolute favorite creative hubs in the world, always pushing the boundaries in fashion, art, music, film. It's just really great energy. Working with the global creative community every day to help unlock your innate creativity is something that is very deeply meaningful to me. And how we continue to do that is what we're going to focus on a lot today. As Eli and Paul just showed, Firefly Boards gives you the creative freedom to visually organize, and explore tons of concepts at once. Of course, once you've honed in on your idea, you move into creation, which has always been the sweet spot of our tools, across imaging, design, video, audio, motion, 3D, photography, and more. David shared how this is a time of unprecedented new technologies, opportunities, and choices. We want to help you take advantage of the incredible demand for your content by providing the power and precision you have always expected from our flagship tools, while also implementing AI in a way that keeps you in control, complementing your skills, not replacing them. While we continue to expand what is possible in our Pro tools with a particular focus on performance, stability, and your quality of life, we're also expanding the aperture with Firefly, not only to help with ideation, but to also assist in the creation process as well. When creating, you've told us how important it is that your favorite tools are not only powerful, but performant, efficient, and highly controllable. So you'll see today how our core tools continue to get faster with many of the improvements that you have requested, along with being better connected in the rich ecosystem that is Creative Cloud. And you'll see how we're continuing to bring you AI innovation that takes the drudgery out of your creative work, along with providing you more choice with popular models now integrated into our flagship applications. So let's jump right in and talk about Photoshop. Since its launch 35 years ago, Photoshop has been industry standard in digital imaging, standing for creation, power, control, and precision. And in many ways, Photoshop is more important than ever before. While generative models are getting better and better at producing amazing outputs, they just can't do everything Photoshop can do. And the core reason comes down to control. In Photoshop, you are in ultimate control. You are handcrafting the edits, which means you can maintain content fidelity, edit non-destructively, composite across layers, achieve pixel-perfect precision. I mean, truly, the list goes on and on. So while the content creation floor is rising with fast-paced innovation in generative models, the need to create standout content is more important than ever. This requires precise control, and that is the soul of Photoshop. We are already seeing how much you are enthusiastically adopting new AI-powered workflows in Photoshop, like generative fill, which is one of the top 5 most used features in Photoshop. In fact, 2 out of 3 Photoshop users use generative AI in their workflows. And we love seeing how you're creating across the full Creative Cloud ecosystem, moving seamlessly between Photoshop, Firefly, and Express bidirectionally. We saw an example of this earlier when Paul used Firefly boards to explore ideas for his project. Let's see how he takes that idea even further by jumping into Photoshop for more controlled creation. Please welcome back to the stage, Paul Traney.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Deepa. Yes, I got to finish the job, which is why I'm here in Photoshop. In fact, I'm going to start right here from the welcome screen, because right down here we have generation history. So everything I created earlier is really just one click away. We could jump in, don't have to clutter up my downloads folder. Now I'm going to make 2 designs. All right, I have this one. But before I begin, and before you begin any project, it's all about, is this image usable? Right? Is it big enough for me to actually use and explore my design with it? Because it's hardly even big enough for Instagram. Right? It's not quite going to cut it. Well, introducing in Photoshop, we have generative upscale. This is amazing. You said it. Right here, partner models, Topaz Bloom, creativity slider. If there's a creativity slider, you crank that all the way up, right? 2 to 4 times the size, upscale that bad boy. That's what's happening right now. Don't have to wait for it. I'm going to skip over just to save us on time. This exact same image. Here's our before. Right in here, we could see this like so. And then we have our after upscaled. Yes. Remember our before over here? What is this? Chocolate, melted chocolate ice cream? Oh, your mountains. I see it now. Scrolling down. Right over here, you're like, oh, what is this mush? This is the creative upscaling. It's like, okay, it fills in those details and those rocks and everything where it needs it. Yes, salvaging images. I could use this now. Is what I want to do. Hey, something for you. You're not doing space stuff. Something closer to home just for fun, right? Family photo time. I know you have one of these, right? Everybody's looking pretty good. My mom's the only one paying attention, apparently. Right? You have this at home. You're like, oh, help us all. Well, right in here, generative upscale. Topaz. Again, these partner models. We have Topaz, Gigapixel, and face recovery. Right? Maintain those characteristics, right? And I can upscale it. So here's our before, and there's our after. Beautiful, right? My mom is beautiful. To this day, she is beautiful. Again, you guys interested? You guys not interested? You not interested, little Paul? Well, clearly, you're not interested. Wake up, buddy. He just wants to nap. But this is so powerful, generatively upscaling images with partner models. So again, we got holidays coming around the corner. Just put that in the back of your brain. All right, let's move on. It's right over here. We're going to work on this design. I said I need to make two. So the first one's going to basically be a little bit more sort of type heavy. So I'm just going to add some text right in here really fast. I'll just add something. And I want actually like block text. So jump in here. That means like I want each line to basically be the same width. Right? And it's all this tweaking that you have to do. You go in. You designers know what I'm talking about, right? Adjusting accordingly, right? And what we have the ability to do is jump in, and right over here, dynamic text. Click there, boom, and let's go and fix this. Let's go actually a little more centered, right? And there we have our text. It's already justified and reflows nicely. So designers, you want this. I want this everywhere now. You want to highlight a word or a piece of text or whatever. You have sort of that full control right there, okay? But we're covering up our little superstar right down here, right? This little astronaut. He's like, what about me? Guess we'll just take that. We'll duplicate that layer, put it on top of the layer sandwich, right? Delicious. Do a remove background, right? And this is what I want for my poster. Job one done. Let's move on, right? I don't have much time. Thank you. Let's move on to another planet, shall we? Right over here. Same situation. Remove background, right? It does its job, right? And in here, I love Photoshop. Right, because I could say, take this, and let's just do a little pin. I love the creative flexibility that I have in Photoshop. So much fun, right? Well, look at this, what, right? Okay, calm down. I want the precision of Photoshop. There we are, precision done. But I love this flexibility that I have. The big thing I need to do now is dive in and make him match like he's actually standing in this environment. So Photoshop users, you know this means adjustment layers, painting, stacking, like all this work to remove the blue and all that good stuff. If there's only an easier way, there better be if you're bringing it up, Paul. Harmonize. In Photoshop, click one button there. I have my subject. I have my background. It's analyzing the background, my lights, my darks. What color is the light? I don't know. I don't have to worry about it. What is my subject on? What is the circle? There's so many questions that I have to actually figure out typically, and I'm like, you know what? Boom. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Wait. Before, after. Don't tell your boss about this. Right? That's what I want. You have choices. 2, you get to be art director. If you like this one, this one, this one. Oh yeah, I got a promotion. Everybody's going to judge me for the one I pick. We'll go with this one. All right. It added that reflection down there. I can kind of clean that up, do what I need to, right? I have that flexibility. Over here, I can see I have basically the layer mask. So I have, again, the ability to kind of do any other edits that I need to, and that is harmonize. It's, I swear, my new best friend in Photoshop. That gives me time to move on to another planet. Why not? Right over here. This guy in a seemingly lovely flower, a valley, if you will. And we're going to get a little more creative at this point. I'm thinking it'd be cool to kind of jump in here, and I'm just painting with the selection brush, because what I want is I want vines crawling up, maybe crossing over him, and flowers kind of climbing up on his helmet, like so, and using this selection brush to control exactly where I want these flowers and vines to go. Now, what am I going to add? I'm going to add in some pink flowers and vines based on whatever model I want to choose. So partner models in generative fill. Flux Context Pro, Gemini 2.5, right? Picking the one you want, clicking generate, and it's actually going to go ahead and take that. I like that sort of freedom to use these partner models, picking the one that's going to be best for this job, and I still have that precision. defining exactly where I want this. Oh, look at that. Oh, what incarnation happened? Jokes, people. It's fun. Look at this, covered. It matches the flowers down there, right? And this is generative fill with partner models, right? So that's looking pretty good. I like my little guy. He's looking great. Let's just take this. And now what I need to do is kind of bring these two together, because I have these two worlds. So let's do that right now. We'll just get creative. I'll kind of flip this and kind of work on this design a little bit more with a little gradient. As we can see, I'm just going to blend these two together, okay? So this is my second design. If you think about where we started, right, we've done a lot. Let's flip this world around. Ooh. All right, back to right about there. Okay, so what we've done in a short amount of time: salvaged images with generative upscale, dynamic text reflowing it the way I want, right? Using harmonize on any object, it'll just make it match, doing that job for you. Generative upscale using partner models. We've done a lot, but we're not done. So much tension. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with those two? Guess what? We could take this directly from Photoshop into Firefly. So that's what I'm selecting now. Anything you create in Photoshop, just send it on over, and then you get to boss it around, which is what I'm doing right now. It will load it up. You could pick the model that you want. You get to be the producer or the director, and I want two, astronauts meeting, right? I could frame this up any way I want. And again, I want them to meet, maybe rotate, maybe do a little zoom. We won't wait for this. I'll go ahead and click over right here. Let's see what's going to happen. It's the exact same prompt. Let's take a look at these two. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did we just become best friends? We did. And you should feel that way about Photoshop and Firefly. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Paul. You just saw how powerful it is to move seamlessly between creative ideation in Firefly boards into controlled creation in Photoshop. Notice how Paul was able to explore his ideas further with the additional choice of models that we've integrated into Photoshop, like how he used Topaz to upscale his family portrait, very adorable, by the way, and how he used Google's Nano Banana to power his precise generative fill edits. He also showed how easy it is to blend objects into any background with the one-click, game-changing harmonization feature. We also saw many quality-of-life improvements and performance updates, like how resizing and reflowing text is now dynamic and automatic and faster in Photoshop. And my absolute favorite feature was when he took his artwork directly from Photoshop into Firefly Generate Video and generated that stunning cinematic animation. All of this is available today in your Creative Cloud membership. So go update to the latest version of Photoshop and see what you can create in combination with Firefly. Okay, let's switch gears. Whether it's for digital, print, or packaging and fashion design, Illustrator is industry standard for graphic design and illustration. We've continued to work closely with you to innovate where it matters most to your professional design work. We've been steadily transforming Illustrator's performance and responsiveness, making every common workflow GPU accelerated and multi-threaded. And we're using AI as a helpful ingredient to unlock features that, frankly, were not possible before. We have focused on the big and small things that improve your efficiency, productivity, and happiness by delivering hundreds of your top community-requested features and fixes this year alone. These themes continue with the latest release of Illustrator, so please welcome creative evangelist Michael Fugoso to the stage.
What's up? What's up, homies? Hey, my name is Michael Fugoso. I'm a hardcore vector illustrator. Look at this. This is what I do. Oh, what's up, vectors? Heck yeah. All right, this is my 4th Max, all right? And I always start off Max this way, talking about performance enhancements to Illustrator. Look at this. Look at my layers. Hey, Emma, I didn't name my layers, all right? But it's all good because there's 1,000 of them, okay? There's 1,000 layers in here, shapes, effects applied to it. Just consider how big this file is, homies. And watch this. We have up to a 5 times performance boost in object manipulation. So things like rotating is super smooth. Look at that. It just glides there. No frame rate hiccups whatsoever. Scaling. I'm just going to scale this from the center. Ooh. yeah, oh. No hiccups. Hey, guys, I'm about to be ridiculous here. Hey, I'm gonna zoom up really quick, zoom out. Hey, 1,000 shapes, more like 3,000 shapes. Hey, 3,000 layers, what's up, vectors? Hey, considering all that, things like zooming in is super smooth. Ooh, and then look at that, panning is smooth. Things like, look at this, we got raster effects, we got vector effects combined, and Illustrator just handling this file like a champ. Heck yeah, performance enhancements in Illustrator. Nice. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so this makes our lives easier, right? But speaking of making our lives easier, I want to talk to you about my favorite kind of update, quality of life. Okay, so I made this poster right here, very grid-based poster design. You all think I use a snap to grids, and you know, do I use that? Snap to grids, smart guides? You all think so? Nope. I don't, because look at this. When I move this in there, oh, look, it's like reading stuff from like the multiple artboards. It's just giving me a bunch of information. It's not snapping to anything. Well, watch this, homies. I got this new quick access snapping panel. So we can turn on that snap to grid. Ooh, snap to pixel, point, guides, it's all there. And if we want some more options, we got some advanced options here. This is brand new to Illustrator, limit snapping. Active artboard, homies. Click on that and watch this. Let me zoom up right here. Let me zoom up real quick. Now move this in there. Look, oh, it just manipulates with the current artboard that it's in. Boom, and it just snaps into place right there. Oh, I got nervous hands up here too, you know what I mean? Heck yeah. We got visual updates. You can see the grid as it moves in there too, right? And look at this, it's a square within a square. Hey, no problem, man. I got you. All right, so watch this really quick. You want to go free flowing, you're done at the grid, just turn it off. Quick access snapping file, turn all those off, homies. And watch this. Ooh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, quick access snapping panel. All right, let's fix up some text, everybody. Let's add some contrast here. I'm gonna size this max up, because that's where we are. We're at max, homies. And I'm gonna move that down right there. All I wanna do is change the color, okay? I'm gonna get my eyedropper tool, and I want this kind of like mid-orange. I don't want this bright yellow. I want it right here. And I click on it, and it takes the entire property of that shape. I just want the color. Watch this. Hey, this is a very simple, powerful update. You hold the shift key, homies. We get a zoomed color picker, and I just click on that. I got you with that color picker. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's change the font. Okay, we need to do something about this font pairing. So this is brand new to Illustrator. We now have the ability to save our fonts into libraries. Look at this, space fonts, handmade fonts. I'm gonna go right here. Oh, isn't that much better than searching through 30,000 fonts or so? Oh, dang, okay, fast to the max, homies. I'm gonna zoom out right there. Heck yeah, quality of life improvements to the tools we use every day. I love you guys, heck yeah. I got more for the homies. What's up? I made you all a postcard right here. This is for my handmade homies. I'm gonna get my pencil tool. Okay, my hand drawers out there, you use a pencil tool, you add a brush to it, you start drawing, you get this blue line, you're like, what's that? What's that blue line? And then you let it go like, oh, there's my brush, I see, okay. What you want is you want to see your brush as you draw, right? Well, check this out, homies. We got new live preview, live curve fitting. I got nervous hands. You know, yup, wait for it. Hey, I'm gonna adjust this to super smooth. Watch this, homies. Oh, look at that, it's like just glide through that text right there. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do one more. Sorry, I could do this better. I just have nervous hands, you know what I'm saying? All right, so that's a new live preview pencil. You're like, Michael, hey, what's up with this design, man? What's up with that? Well, check this out. We're gonna select all these pieces. We're gonna select all of them, and I'm gonna show you the ultra combo right here. You ready for the ultra combo? Intertwine, homies. Hit that make button. Watch this. Hey, thread that needle. Thread it. Get under the H over there. Get under, oh, yeah. Oh. Live preview pencil in combination with intertwine, and now my postcard is ready for production for the homies. All right, this next one here, this last one. I'm really excited about this. I made this for a client. He's like, what's up, right? And then I started vectorizing the body, and I vectorized the head, and I vectorized some of the background, and my client's like, Michael, wait up, dude. I like him. You know, he kind of reminds me of a mini version of you. I'm like, okay, yeah. And then like he's like, well, the pose is a little static. You know, we need to make it more dynamic. Can you just turn his head a little bit? Turn his head. Take you like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, I gotta redraw the whole thing. Hey, he was probably right though, because look, we got this new tool called Turntable. Look at this. It's gonna turn our flat vectors. Oh. What? What? Huh? You? Oh. Whoa, you wanna mess with me? You wanna mess with me? This is my client. This is my client's like, nah, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. Hey, I don't like it. I don't like the confrontation, man. Dang. Hey, wait, watch this, everybody. So, hit my Command Y. It's not just turning flat images, it's giving us editable vectors in every angle. You know, this is powered by Firefly. This is a type of AI that I like, just stuff that saves me time, gives me all that control. Yeah, all right, let's get rid of this guy. He's a little too aggressive. He's a little too aggressive for the Max stage. Let's bring his buddies in here. You want to see his buddies? Yeah. All right, look at this guy. He's got droplets. He's got puddles. You ready for level 2? He's like, can you turn these puddles? Can you turn the droplets? He's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. 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 And this guy, he just wants to dance for you all. He's like, Hey, we can change the perspective here. Look, hey, go from the top. Hey, turn from the top. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Turn from the bottom. Oh. Okay, he's getting a little too excited, everybody. He's getting a little too excited. He's about to explode. He's about to explode, homies. Watch this. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, hold up. Let's do that again. Guys. Hey, let's do it again. It's all good. Turntable right here. Boom. And then watch this, homies. Bam! Look at that. It just exploded every single angle that it generated. Hey, it's 100% vector 2. Heck yeah. You all ready for level 3? You want level 3, homies? It's return of the client. Return of the client. He's coming back at me. He's like, Michael, what's up with those trees, dude? You lazy? I paid you all this money, and that tree's the exact same tree as that tree. You know what I mean? That's a green tree, that's a blue tree. That one's the same as that. What you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. You got me. Let me make you some new trees real quick. Let me make you some new trees. Boom, turn them. Hey. I got you. All right, I said level 3. That's not level 3, homies, okay? We're gonna turn this entire robot's world around. Hey, you ready for this? You ready for level 3? Hey, what's up, homies? Yeah, yeah, that is Turntable, everybody. This is available in beta for you all to try out. Hey, thank you, everybody, for letting me show you some really cool stuff up here. Thanks, Deepa. Love you, homies.
Oh, my gosh. That was awesome. Michael's got a lot of energy. Michael showed us so many improvements that came straight from your feedback. Enhanced font browser, precision-driven color updates, more flexible artboard management, and smarter snapping for smoother creation. We also saw the updated pencil tool. Seemed like you all like that. Now with live preview, giving you that super smooth precision while you're drawing. And of course, AI transformation with Turntable, which lets you rotate your 2D artwork in 3D space without redrawing it. This saves you countless hours when your client comes and inevitably asks you to just rotate the artwork a tiny bit. All of these updates are available today, in addition to dozens of new features and performance enhancements in the latest version of Illustrator, so please go check it out. Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite Adobe applications, Lightroom. For decades, Adobe has been paving the way with groundbreaking photography innovation. Lightroom was one of the first image editing tools designed to specifically address pro photographers' workflows. And we've been innovating hand in hand with the photography community ever since, pushing the boundaries of what Lightroom can do across desktop, web, and mobile. For the past decade, Lightroom has innovated on a host of AI-based features. And these have become some of the most popular and fast adopted features in Lightroom, with over 2/3 of Lightroom users using AI tools in their photography workflows. Features like denoise, AI masking, and the one-click magic of generative remove to instantly improve any photo. And of course, when you bring together the power of Lightroom and Photoshop together, there's pretty much nothing you can't create. To show us how Lightroom is the most powerful photography tool available, here's Terry White.
Thanks, Deepa. I'm excited to be back on the Mac stage and more importantly, showing one of my favorite products of all time. And from what I hear, it's a favorite of many photographers out in the audience, and that is Lightroom. So I'm going to start off with a few quick updates for all photographers, no matter what level you're at. Let's start off with this photo. Hey, what's up, pixels? That work? No, vector's better. All right. So we'll keep it the way it is. All right, so you got a photo like this, and you take it, and it looks great zoomed out, but then when you print it, and you put it on a wall or a billboard, you realize that you should have paid a little bit more attention because there were dust spots in your image. And this is actually dust that was on the sensor. If you change the lens out in the field, it happens, and you just get dust on your images. Well, thankfully, now there's a new, easier way to take care of that right inside of Lightroom. So I'm going to go to Lightroom, I'm going to go to click Apply, and for the dust removal, it'll go through and use AI to figure out where all the dust spots were. I counted maybe 5 or 10, but in reality, there were dozens, if not hundreds of dust spots that it took care of for me quickly and instantly. I know what you're thinking, well, Terry, I don't know, I don't really see anything. Let's see. Let's zoom in, and let's click, and let's do a quick before. Quick before. A quick before. Hang on. There we go. Quick before and after, just like that, AI dust removal. All right, let's move on. And keep in mind, you just clapped for AI. I love that. So let's keep in mind, I love distraction removals, and let's go to my favorite kind of distraction removal, and that is people distractions. We got this couple at the game, they're in a moment, they're taking a selfie, there's a guy over there, I wish I had a person to take a selfie with. You can hear him thinking, thinking that in his mind. And thankfully, Lightroom understands relationship status, so let's go ahead and click on people. It automatically detected the person in the background. There was a distraction. We'll just click remove. And also, thanks to the updated, powerful Firefly model in Lightroom, it does an amazing job of removing him with one click. All right, next up. You might say, Terry, that was easy. That was one person. What if it's you didn't get up early enough and you're shot in Paris? And I got people everywhere. Well, again, no problem. Look how quickly it found the problem. And then we'll just click remove. And when I first tried this on this image, I was like, there's just no way this is going to work. There's just no way it's going to figure. Oh, it did. Before, after, quickly and easily with the AI removal in Lightroom. Let's keep going. Now, in this case, we have a reflection problem. And normally when I get reflections in images, I toss the image and start over again because reflections are always difficult to work with. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the brand new reflection and improved reflection removal in Lightroom. Now, again, reflections can be a distraction, but they could also be something creative. And before I could finish saying that, it's already gone. But you'll notice in this case, there's a slider, because you could use it as a creative tool and bring back some of that reflection. There we go. So I can click and drag and control how much of that reflection's there. Now, if I move to the middle, that's kind of where we started, but you're saying, well, Terry, that slider keeps going to the left. Why is that? Because every true reflection has another side. All right, now I could sit here and do that all day, but we got to move on. I'm going to bring back a little of that reflection for the creative part of this, but one thing's still bugging me, and that's that unbranded cup there. Let's just go ahead and remove that. And again, I'm using the new GA or generative AI remove tool. And again, with one click, when we say improved, if you've used this in the past, you might have gotten substitutions instead of a remove. It's yes, you get it, I understand. She's nodding, yes, I get that. I've done that before. Well, now you can see it's actually done a great job of removing. And those are just a few quick updates for all photographers. Now let's move on to my favorite genre of photography, and that's working with portraits, shooting people. So I work with people all the time in my studio. Here's a shot, or here's a shoot I did with Jimmy. And Jimmy, normally I would come back with 300, 500, 1,500 frames per shoot. And I would have to go through them one by one, deciding yes, no, maybe for every single shot. And typically what I'm starting off looking for is a shot in focus. Are the eyes open? Did I misfire? Like things like that. So let's go back to this, and instead of me having to go through them one by one, let's go to the brand new assisted culling, which is in early access as of today. Thank you. All right, so let's first of all, I'm looking for subject in focus, eyes in focus, eyes open. Did I get any misfires? Are there any exposure issues? And it's quickly going through, processing, and finding the ones that meet my criteria. More importantly, it's showing me the ones that didn't. So it moved those into the reject category, so I can quickly go look at those because maybe I want to check the AI's work. Oh yeah, I can see on this one, there's definitely an issue with exposure. Oh yeah, photographing that person's feet doesn't really count. But wait, on this one, I kind of like it. What's wrong with it? Oh, there's this one met a score of 69 for your subject focus. Well, if I look at that shot, I might say, well, you know what? I really like that. I disagree with you. I'm going to mark that as a select. So you still maintain creative control of your shoot, deciding what you keep and what you don't keep. So that gave me 258 selects. That's great, but now I want to batch those. I want to separate them from the rejects. So I can quickly apply a flag, a rating, brand new in Lightroom Desktop as of today, color labels, as well as adding them to an album. Did I hear some color label fans? Yes, let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to move these over to my selects, and we'll just go ahead and drop those in. And once they've been dropped into the selects, so now we've got 258 to go through. Great. However, wait. That's not good. I still got 258 to go through, and I literally only have like a minute left. So what I'm going to do instead is go to part 2 of this, go to my assisted culling, and in my assisted culling, there's a second tab for stacking and brand new visual similarity. Show me and stack the photos together that when I went click, 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 and there are 10 that are the same, put them in a stack so I don't have to go through those manually one by one. So I even have a slider to control how many stacks I get so I can get down to my favorite or best 24. And the AI puts what it thinks is the best shot on top of the stack, saving me time. And that is a quick look at the new assisted culling. Now, typically, when I send these off to the client, they come back and they say, well, Terry, here are the ones I really like. Can you retouch one for me? And I usually do my retouching right inside of Photoshop. So let's send this over to Photoshop from Lightroom, and here we are. And I will start the portrait retouching process. But in this case, Jimmy said, hey, I love this shot. I would love it if I could be facing forward. And I would normally have to say, well, Jimmy, come back into the studio. Let's set up another session for you, and we will bring the same clothes, and we will try to get the shot you want, because this was impossible not long ago. Well, you saw Paul talk about generative AI models, and so I'm going to go in and choose a model that's great for maintaining character consistency, Gemini 2.5, and we're just going to type in a simple prompt, turn him forward, and maintain his hand position. And we'll just go ahead and click Generate. Now, that's generating, and again, I can't emphasize enough how much this is saving me and not having to go back to the studio and reshoot something that I wish we'd gotten the first time. So quickly and easily, Jimmy has been turned to the front, face the front. Here's my before, here's my after, maintained as a layer inside of Photoshop. So I'll just save it, and once it saves, I will close it, head back to Lightroom, there we are, and it will stack it right next to the original. I'll ungroup that stack so we can quickly see our before and our after here in Lightroom, delivering to the client exactly the photo they wanted. So with that, that's Lightroom. Go download it today on your phone. After this, download it on your desktop. Thank you. Back to you, Deepa.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You saw how Terry was able to remove distractions like dust and reflections faster and better than ever, and how the new assisted culling feature helps every photographer organize their photos. This is actually one of the top requested features from our pro photographer community, now available in Lightroom in early access. Terry also showed how easy it is to extend your photography toolkit and take your photo even further in Photoshop, editing with the top AI models to get the exact photo you desire. So go update to the latest versions of Lightroom and Photoshop and use all of this goodness that's in your Creative Cloud membership today. Over the last decade, video and who can create it has exploded. From global cinema, episodic television, streaming shows, to marketing videos and social content, the demand for high quality and engaging video is truly insatiable. You have made us the leading video ecosystem that provides the best video, audio, and motion platform for professional video editing. And you continue to win awards using our platform. It's been an incredible year of storytelling powered by Premiere and After Effects, like this year's Oscar-winning Best Film, Anora, Palme d'Or Best Film, It Was Just an Accident, and the gritty Emmy Award-winning world of HBO's The Penguin. We've been busy the last year and a half making Premiere a fundamentally better application, and our most recent release is the fastest and most stable version ever. We continue to reinvent pro video and audio workflows end-to-end by improving Premiere's core editing capabilities, enhancing color, upgrading audio and effects, all to solve real-world workflow problems directly on the Premiere timeline, and really to give you time back during the editing process. We're also leveraging AI where it makes sense in your workflow, like Generative Extend to seamlessly extend video clips and ambient audio, or Media Intelligence to help you search terabytes of footage for the exact clip you need. Together, these updates streamline editing and post-production and help teams deliver higher quality content more effectively. To show you the power of what you can create with our pro video and audio ecosystem right at your fingertips, please welcome Dacia Sainz.
Thank you, Deepa. All right, buckle up, boos. We're going on a creative adventure across Premiere and Firefly. I've been experimenting a little bit with some compositing and basic design tricks with my own footage, Adobe stock, and generated Firefly video. But first, I want to show y'all some of my favorite new AI-powered quality of life tools, starting with Media Intelligence. This is a new way to search across your entire project for the assets you need when you need them. So no more digging around the project panel bleary-eyed at 3 a.m. No, instead, I just need to type in for skateboards. Here we go, that's what I'm looking for. And immediately I get this great overview of any related visual clips, audio, transcripts, metadata. This is awesome. But what I love most about it is that I can get super specific. I don't just want skateboarders, I want dogs on a skateboard, of course, right? And this is what's great. So here are all my results refined now into this tiny adorableness. And this is the best part, okay? I can come in here and I can start picking my favorite clips in the order that I love them and instantly make a rough cut from them so that I can get going and get to work. Look at these tiny shredders. They are so cute. Look at that, adorable. All right, so that is a really powerful way to work. That is Media Intelligence. That's available in release. Okay, the text panel has given us so much throughout the years. Text-based editing, filler word removal, and translated captions. And today, it also gives us auto bleep. And that's for those times that you simply cannot post a video as is.
What in the cussy cuss? That scallywag, oh, son of a cuss.
Whew, que escándalo. Okay, that is too spicy. Oh, okay. It also would be super tedious to manually have to bleep out all of those cuss words. But instead, I've got censor word filter. Check this out. All of those sassy words are now highlighted in my text panel. Yes. Woo! That's what I like to hear. And I've built up this dictionary of naughty words all myself, and so can you, okay? So let me show you how quick this is. We're gonna just click right quick, boom, and now let's hear that.
What in the that Oh, son of a cut.
It's so good. Okay, so the bleep is good. It's generic though, and what I love is you can enter your own custom sound effect, but we also have a couple of other fun things to try out. It's so fast. Let's just try it. Let's just try a few. How about a duck quack?
What in the oh, son of a cussing.
All right, I'm gonna just say it. That's cussing awesome. Somebody else can bleep that out. All right, and we're not gonna let all those sassy words go through to your captions. Check this out, we can censor them for you visually as well. That is just such a great feature. That is auto bleep available in beta today. Cool. All right, another really cool, yes! Give it up for the team that built this. This saves so much time, right? Okay, another really exciting feature, we have this new film impact tools. This is over 100 new effects, transitions, motion presets, all to help you stylize your video. One thing I love about this is I just love that I can hover over these thumbnails and just get a sense of what these effects can do for me. So let's put them to work, okay? I've got this footage here that I shot under the sea, and it's cool, but I just want to glam it up. I want a little more sparkle. So this is another one of my favorite things. I can favorite my effects. So I can, there's a lot of them. So let's filter those down. I'm gonna add a glint. I've actually already got one kind of going here for y'all, because this is the thing. There's so many beautiful parameters that you can use to really customize this and make them your own. So check this out. Look at that. That is so beautiful. I'm loving this sparkle motion. Let's look at that again without, y'all. And then with, yes, I love it. That is the pop that I was looking for. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit y'all with a bunch of transitions and a bunch of these presets because I can. Okay, here we go. All right, we got the glint. We got a zoom blur. We got some volumetric rays. How about a chromatic burn, a roll transition, some light leaks? Why not? And then, here we go, let's just stretch it out. What a beautiful transition. And I just love, did y'all notice? These are GPU accelerated, they played back in real time. They're so fast. So you can make them your own, go play, have a good time, make your video fun, y'all. Those are the new film impact tools, and those are available to you in release. Go check them out. All right, cool. So now let's get to the fun part of this, all right? I have this video here, and I want to do something fun. Again, I'm experimenting. I want to add some whimsy to this, but it kind of ends just sort of really anticlimactically. So this is a perfect opportunity to take this footage over to Firefly. So I'm going to export that still, and we're going to head over to Firefly and import that shot in. Boop. Here we go. And I'm gonna use one of our new partner models. So Ray 3 is really good for physics. So I've got a skateboarder. I want something more exciting to happen in that shot. Either I need the camera to do just a better movement, or I want him to do a nice trick, perhaps an ollie, as they say. And so we're gonna scooch you on over, as Lucy says, and I've got one baked for you here, and check this out. Boom! That is so cool. That is way cooler than how it previously ended. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that in. I've already got it in my project, and let's go ahead and bring that down into our sequence. Quickly, I'm gonna use the properties panel, fit that in, and let's look at that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then now we have a cool ending. So now I can add some whimsy. Okay. Now I'm gonna nest that sequence. I'm not even gonna have to re-export it. I'm gonna nest the sequence, and now I get to show y'all, last year, I got to show y'all a really killer new tool called Object Selection, but it was sneaky and nobody could use it except for me. But now, I get to share it with everybody. This is available in beta, y'all. Hang on, let's just undo that real quick. Oh, the nervous mouse up here. It's real, it's real. Michael was for real. Okay, and we're gonna track this right here in real time. Okay, so it's gonna basically, instead of me taking the pen tool, going frame by frame, or rotoscoping this out, spending so much time, in 20 seconds, y'all, this is done. This is so wild. That is so wild. Let's take a look at the results. I can't really believe this. Look at this. It's gonna actually track the skateboard as it moves through the air too, which is really wild to me. Boom. Cool. And of course, I can spend a lot more time cleaning this up because I have it now, right? But for the sake of what we're doing, we're gonna move on, okay? We've got plenty here. So, hearkening back to the layer sandwich, which Paul Tranny loves to talk about. Well, I learned it from him, okay? So we're gonna have our mask shot, we're gonna bring back our background, and then I've got another shot in here that I basically had VO do for me, and I wanted to use it sort of like a particle generator. So I had to do these like flying paper origami cranes, and look at that, whimsy! Look at that, my video is so magical now. I'm just having so much fun. Put them in the clouds, why not? All right, but here's the deal. I snuck away into After Effects and I did a couple more things. Don't tell anybody, okay? So added a little track mat, and then check this out. This is the extent of my design skills, 3 circles. Okay, I said basic design skills. All right, so what do I need? Now I think this video is sufficiently whimsical. What do I need? Well, I need a jam. I need some music. So for that, we're gonna head back over to Firefly, and I've got this new tool called Generate Soundtrack. And so this is gonna analyze my video. It's gonna give me a vibe prompt, which I love because I'm really terrible at prompting. It's gonna look at my video and kind of decide like what it is, what it's for. This is gonna give me a universally licensed music across all platforms. Any day now, we're gonna find out what it thinks about my video. Here we go. All right, it's cool. It's a complicated video. There's a lot going on, I get it. Okay, so it says it's dreamy and energetic. It's gonna have some synthwave, and it's a lifestyle video. You know, I'm a little hurt. Sometimes it says it's art, and I'm sad that it didn't this time. This is another thing. You can go in and change all of this, though. You know, you can change the energy. I really like all of this, so we're gonna go ahead and generate that and see what kind of jams we come up with. All right, here we go. Okay, well that is definitely a rave. I like that, okay. All right, how about track 2? Ooh, a little more disco. Okay, okay. Y'all are gonna help me decide on which one we're doing. What about track 3? I don't know, track 3? No, I don't think so. Also, hey, I think it's track 2. Let's go disco, y'all. All right, that's Generate Soundtrack. Find your frequencies. Come see me at the booth. And now back to you, Deepa.
Nice job, Dacia. Dacia showed how Premiere is getting better and better with many time-saving features. I love how easy and fun it was for her to censor swear words and create unique transitions and place subjects in really any background with the new AI-powered object mask. She also showed the addition of nearly 100 new GPU-accelerated real-time effects directly available for you to use on the Premiere timeline. And lastly, Dacia used the Firefly app to create just the right shot with the exact effects and soundtrack to make her edit just perfect, all while stitching those component pieces together in the even more responsive Premiere timeline editor. The latest version of Premiere is waiting for you today in your Creative Cloud, so go update to that, and you'll love using Firefly to create just the right ingredients for your video to shine. Okay, we just saw so much, so let's just take a moment to recap. Paul showed how easy it is to use Firefly boards to explore and capture the full intent of your ideas in a single space, so you can better sell your concepts to your clients and your stakeholders. We saw how core creation is getting better and better in Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, and Premiere, with numerous quality of life improvements and faster performance and UX snappiness. You saw how we're folding AI in as an ingredient in workflows to help you stay at the center of your creative process with more control and choice than ever before. And you also saw how you can expand your creative toolkit by going into the Firefly app to create just the right image, video clip, sound effect, or soundtrack with our models and other top AI models. And you heard today how today, till December 1st, all paid Firefly and Creative Cloud Pro customers have unlimited generations with partner image models like Google's Nano Banana and OpenAI's GPT Image, along with Adobe's latest image and video models, all in Firefly. Regardless of what you want to create, we have the right plan for you. And if you're already a Creative Cloud member, everything you saw just now is waiting for you in the Firefly app or with just one click of the update button for your favorite desktop applications. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the exciting innovation coming your way with Creative Cloud and Firefly. Thank you so much for your thoughtful feedback that drives our roadmap day in and day out, and thank you so much for having me up here. I'm going to hand things over to my friend and colleague, Allison Blaze, to share more about our solutions for businesses and agencies. Have a great Max.
Thanks, Deepa. And hello, Adobe Max. I know you've been sitting in your seats for a while, but we're in the home stretch. I want to take the next couple of minutes to help put everything you've heard today in context for those of you that work in businesses and agencies. Gen Studio is our enterprise solution to help creative and marketing teams deliver personalized content at scale. And since Deepa and Eli spent time walking you through ideation and creation, I'm going to spend time on generative tools, content production, and content delivery. We are living in a world where people are inhaling content at breakneck speeds. I see it every day in my own home, where my 3 teenage boys are probably driving up the daily YouTube counts through the roof. They are just like many of us that are looking and scrolling through their phones every single day. But here's the thing. There has never been more competition for attention. Think about it. Every time you pick up your phone, you scroll through a feed, you search for something, or you just check the news. You are instantly surrounded by thousands of brands, all fighting for that exact same moment of attention. In fact, researchers tell us that marketers have 3 seconds. That's it, to grab someone's attention. And here's the truth. Your audience will not stop for stale content. They will swipe right past it. And they won't connect with content that feels generic. It has to feel personalized to them. Creating standout content that actually breaks through starts with recognizing 3 core realities. First, content has a shelf life. We know from our own Adobe marketing campaigns that campaigns that perform well today can fade into invisibility just a week or 2 later, forcing teams into a constant cycle of redo, redesign, and repeat. Second, assets have to scale, often into thousands of variations, to feel personal and relevant and localized for each audience. And third, ROI. Because while creativity may be priceless, content production definitely is not. Realizing this opportunity requires marketing teams and agencies to have a connected content supply chain that goes all the way from workflow and planning to creation and production of the assets, to delivery and activation of the content, and finally into getting insights into how the marketing is performing, all on top of an integrated asset management platform. Our answer to this need for an integrated content supply chain is Adobe Gen Studio, which lets businesses and agencies optimize how they produce content. And it has been adopted by some of the biggest brands in the world who are seeing real, measurable ROI. For example, with Gen Studio, Ford Motor Company increased visitor engagement 5x and cut video review time by 39%. And Luma technology reduced the time to produce variations by 65%. Now, let's dive deeper into how creative and marketing teams are using Gen Studio to increase personalization at scale. I want to touch on model customization, scaled production, and self-service content. So, let's start with model customization,
which is great when you are looking to produce content in a consistent aesthetic. We have two flavors of this customization. The first is Firefly Custom Models. Paul showed us earlier how powerful custom models can be for individuals. But many businesses and agencies have already been using this customization offering to train assets on their own brand's unique look and feel. Let's hear how Knoll, the makers of Sharpies and Elmer's glue, are using custom models to amplify what their creative teams are able to do.
At Newell Brands, we are an $8 billion company with over 50 global brands like Sharpie, Papermate, Rubbermaid, Oster, Calphalon, Coleman, Graco. We knew that content creation was going to scale 5x for us just to do the business we do today. We also needed an improved dam to try to move our assets around the world. Essentially, we were facing scale your content quickly. You need an integrated system. You need to move it globally. You need to post it out to the retailers' websites. It became extremely clear to us that Adobe was going to be the best partner. The tool set's amazing. They talk and work together extremely well. And then on top of it, the AI Firefly piece was really important to us because we knew with Adobe we would be protected and be able to move forward. We've had, I think, 20 or 30 different custom models implemented and rolled out. Recently, we did a project on Elmer's glue supporting an innovation launch. We were able to go curate a look and feel. We then were able to use Adobe Firefly to reference this look and feel using a custom model. It fully applied the visual aesthetics to it. It was a finished product. It took very little manipulation, and we had so much fun because the team was able to try a bunch of different aesthetics. Now we're able to play around with things and bring them to life in just minutes or hours as opposed to days and weeks. So we're scaling really quickly, but we don't need 5x more content. We probably need 10x. And so by installing Firefly, it's allowing our designers to use more of their time to do the things they love, which looks like design and does not look like repeating the same image and asset over and over and over again to meet different formats.
It has been great to see customers like Knoll getting so much value out of Firefly custom models. But there's more we can do. And we are seeing a growing number of companies looking for even greater personalization and customization. That is why we built Adobe Firefly Foundry, and we could not be more excited about it. It's available today. It is a fully managed service where Adobe researchers and engineers embed directly with your teams, partnering to build models that are trained on entire catalogs of your own data, imagery, and creative assets. The result? It's like having your own secure, proprietary model that generates in your brand colors, with your brand logos, in your brand tone, generating images, videos, vectors, audio, 3D, all based on your branded content. And every image, every video, every design, and the underlying data stays uniquely yours. And of course, both your custom models and your Adobe Firefly Foundry models are available in Adobe's best-in-class creative tools, like Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere, and the Firefly app for ideation and creation. You can find out more information about Adobe Firefly Foundry on our website. Okay, now let's talk about how you can accelerate production at scale. Once you've created the hero content, you often need to adapt it for different audiences and different channels and different languages so that it feels relevant. Take a video, for example. One clip might need to be resized for several different social platforms or translated into a dozen different languages before it's ready to go live. That is why we offer Firefly Services APIs, which allow your creative operations team to streamline repetitive, often tedious tasks so that your creators can focus on making amazing new content. And today, we are taking another big step forward with Firefly Creative Production for Enterprise, a new offering that connects content creation and marketing workflows. Let's have a look.
Building the full set of visuals for a marketing campaign, every size, every layout, every language, can take months. With Firefly Creative Production for Enterprise, content easily scales itself. In a few clicks, create your own workflows with generative and creative actions, like cropping images, generating new backgrounds with Firefly, or merging copy and graphics into locked templates. First, create a new workflow and describe what you want to build. And add any supporting files like Photoshop or InDesign templates. AI Assistant builds a complete workflow by linking actions and connecting them to your branded templates. This workflow crops images, generates new backgrounds, assembles variations in an InDesign template, reframes videos, and applies motion graphic templates. This allows you to create thousands of variations for different sizes and media in a fraction of the time. Workflows can also apply content credentials, and an automated brand check confirms assets stay true to brand guidelines before getting exported. Generated assets can then be pushed automatically to integrations like Frame.io or Adobe Experience Manager Assets, where your content can be reviewed and approved, and then be activated through marketing channels. What once took days can now happen in minutes. That's the power of Firefly Creative Production for Enterprise, automating production to create content variations at scale.
You can learn more about Firefly Creative Production for Enterprise on our website or talk to your rep. And finally, let's talk about how you can empower stakeholders throughout your entire organization with the content you've produced. Even with the most advanced generative models and tools, we know that creative teams can still become overloaded if they're the only ones that can create and adapt content. This is where Adobe Express is a game changer for the enterprise. It is the creative team's hidden superpower. Using Express, the creative teams build design templates with approved brand kits that include predefined logos, fonts, colors, and other assets. And then they can lock critical elements in the templates to ensure that everything stays 100% on brand. Then, colleagues across the company in teams like sales and comms and regional marketing and HR can easily remix these templates to self-serve on-brand content. This frees creative teams to focus on the high-value work that only they can do, while setting up the entire company for success. Many of the world's most prestigious brands are using this self-service approach to unlock company-wide on-brand content creation. Let's hear how Dentsu and Red Hat empower employees across the world with Adobe Express.
Having a consistent brand is super important for us because that's what helps you build equity in your brand.
Our mission is to ensure that the Red Hat brand is understood, recognizable, it's consistent and memorable.
It's always been a bit of a challenge for us to make sure that we're equipping everybody in the business, so all 68,000 employees, to be able to create their own on-brand content.
Adobe Express gave us the ability to be able to create those templates so brands can just pick them up, adapt them to each of their local markets and their needs.
We deliver the templates all over the world, and these teams will use these templates for localization in their markets to make them relevant.
Having all of our Red Hat branded like templates and colors, everything in one place, it's just been so much simpler. It's just so quick. We are able to create more graphics than we used to do before.
I can set up those kind of guardrails to ensure that there is still brand consistency. The rest is all up for the markets to have fun with and play with, being able to easily replace elements, change elements, resize things. And that's something that we've never really had because you heavily relied on designers to do everything.
We're seeing a 70% faster time to market with content, and we're seeing the time being saved for the designers, but also the marketers as well.
Prior to Express, it would take 2 to 3 weeks to get a simple adaptation done, whereas now someone within the marketing team can come into Express and do it in under 15 minutes. It's a game changer.
So, whether you're from a business or an agency, the takeaway is simple. We've got your back. from customization to production to delivery. For customization, Firefly Custom Models lets you bring ideas to life with precision and speed. And when you want to take customization even further, Adobe Firefly Foundry enables you to build multi-concept models that are uniquely yours. Then, when it's time to produce content at scale, Firefly Services and the new Firefly Creative Production for Enterprise bring automation to production workflows. And finally, creative teams empower everyone in the organization to deliver through Express so they can create confidently and on brand. And all of this is part of Adobe Gen Studio, which transforms your entire content supply chain, empowering your creative teams and marketing teams to create content that's fresh and not stale. Content that makes everyone feel like it was created just for them. Content that scales to millions, but still delivers ROI. Content that doesn't just keep up, it stands out. Thank you. I'll now hand it back to David.
All right. Thank you, Allison. Home stretch. This is absolutely the longest Max we've ever had, but home stretch because we've never had this much innovation before on the Max stage. We opened the day talking about ideation, creation, production, and delivery. And I also talked about AI models and AI agents and how they were going to accelerate all of these steps. Eli then showed how ideation and creation is evolving in Firefly. Deepa walked us through how performance, quality, and AI features are elevating Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, Premiere. And finally, Allison highlighted how Gen Studio is transforming production and delivery for businesses. Everything you saw today from the three of them is available today, so we can't wait for you to get started. But if you guys have more energy, we've got a couple more things to show you. You guys want to see a couple more things? Okay, that reaction earned one more thing. Do you want to see them both? Okay, there we go. I promise you this is worth it. So let's get going. Earlier you saw that we have a lot going on with AI agents. Now, one of the things we heard from many of you is that you want agents to help you not just create, but also explore new ideas, especially when it comes to social posts. So here's a sneak peek at something we call Project Moonlight. It's an AI assistant. Oh, someone's working on Project Moonlight, I'm assuming, or someone knows what we're about to show. Is an AI assistant that acts like a social strategist for you. Please welcome Kelsey Slay to show this off.
Woo! Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Kelsey Slay, and today I am so excited to show you Project Moonlight. Project Moonlight is your personal AI assistant to help you brainstorm, organize, plan out your content, and help you in your creative process. But let's go ahead and dive right in on the home page. You'll see I have this area where I can immediately start chatting away. Down below, I even have these idea cards. These are great places to get started with Project Moonlight. And if we scroll a little more, you can see my recent chats. Over to the side, I even have access to Adobe Firefly, but today I want to start with my own content. As a creator, I'm using a lot of different Adobe apps. I'm saving things to the cloud, and with Project Moonlight, I have the ability to add directly from my Lightroom. I love Lightroom. You can see all of my recent photos here and albums at the top. Now, my latest album, Bosco Slay, you guessed it, all pictures of my dog. I'm obsessed with him, and I know by the end of this demo, you guys will be too, so let's go ahead and grab those images and add to the chat. Perfect, I'm ready to go ahead and send my first message to Project Moonlight. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Project Moonlight to help me brainstorm some fun post ideas that I can do with these images of my dog, Bosco. So you can see those idea cards coming in super quick. Let's take a look. So I have three different ideas, from Bosco's birthday bash to life with a Shiba and Sunbeam Snoozer. These are all so fun. What's so cool about this is Project Moonlight was able to categorize those photos, recognizing that Bosco is a Shiba, that I also have birthday photos, and how much he loves to sunbathe. He loves to sunbathe. I have so many photos of him sunbathing. So you can even see in the birthday, let's go ahead and zoom out. Whoop, there it goes. You can even see in the Bosco birthday bash, it's suggesting an Instagram carousel, the content and caption. I love this idea. Let's dive a little deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Project Moonlight for some more suggestions. I want to make this Instagram carousel a little bit more visually interesting. So I'm asking Project Moonlight to give me some like doodle overlay ideas that I can do on top of these images, and check out that list coming back super quick. So we have ideas from speech bubbles saying another year closer to world domination coming from Bosco's mouth. That's super funny. Party confetti, drawn on crown, scattered, birthday doodle, birthday cake. It's my birthday and I'll bark if I want to text. Hand-drawn party elements. These are all so fun. I can go in so many different directions with this, but I want to think about my Instagram in all of this. If you post on Instagram, you know sometimes it's not just about having a good idea. It's about understanding your audience, your analytics, your insights, and that can be so daunting. Well, what's cool about Project Moonlight is I can connect this directly to my Instagram. So you can see my Instagram connection at the bottom, but don't just take my word for it. We're going to go ahead and ask Project Moonlight to actually test that Instagram connection. So I'm asking Project Moonlight to help me brainstorm, or not brainstorm, how my Instagram carousel posts have been performing, maybe what's the best way to incorporate my dog's post on my Instagram so you can see it's analyzing that Instagram. Take a look at these charts that we have. So we have my top 3 Instagram carousel posts with even links for me to access. Check out, we got Adobe Max 2023 and Adobe Max 2024, so 2025 better be on this list after this demo. Even to the side, I'm getting my Instagram carousel performance by themes. This is so insightful. I feel like I've just got such a great overview of my Instagram. Instead of scraping through Instagram posts one by one, trying to figure out what's working. Now, if we scroll, we're even getting this kind of best strategy to incorporate this Bosco post, like keeping it authentic and fun. Maybe mention how Bosco fits into your creative life. You know, he definitely sleeps in my design studio when I'm designing. And the doodle overlay openers would be perfect. And this is really just scratching the surface of that Project Moonlight connection with your Instagram. Now let's go ahead and pick those birthday pictures of Bosco. So I'm going to go to chat files. So all of those photos I uploaded at the beginning are here. Look at Bosco, he's so cute. Let's add these birthday pictures of him. I'm going to go ahead and add those to the chat. And like I said at the beginning, what's cool is I can access my Lightroom photos, but what's even cooler is I can use Lightroom with Project Moonlight. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Project Moonlight right now to apply my Lightroom preset Color Rush to these images of Bosco. What I love about this, I don't have to leave this home experience. I can just kind of see my preset. It's going to do it for me, so I don't do this manually one by one. So it's going to take these photos, get that preset. I can't wait for it to come up. Let's just give it a few seconds. Perfect. Look at that Color Rush preset coming through, literally slapping you in the face. I wanted that color just to be super bright, and check out that before and that after. Let me do it one more time. Before and after. Yeah. Yeah, love it. Look at Bosco. Yeah, let's go ahead and full screen this mode so you guys can see Bosco in all of his birthday glory. Best believe he was very well compensated in treats for taking these pictures for me. And at this point, I love it. You know, I want to dive a little deeper. You know, I said at the beginning I want to make this a little bit more visually interesting. So with Project Moonlight, what's super cool is the seamless connection between Adobe apps. So I can open this up into Photoshop, Express, or Firefly Boards, and I'm going to go ahead and go with Firefly Boards on this one. Like you've seen today, Firefly Boards is an amazing tool to really visually see your ideas come to life and see all those different directions, and so I want to see that right now. Let's let that load. Check it out, guys. We are in Firefly Boards. This has seamlessly gone over to the Firefly Boards, and you can even see to the side this whole chat conversation and agent is also here with us. So Project Moonlight has followed us into Firefly Boards. I hear some of you cheering in the back, and this is so exciting. So awesome. Like I said, this agent has the context to continue helping us explore even these bullet point list of doodle overlays. I want to see what those would look like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the chat in Project Moonlight in Firefly Boards and take some of its suggestions for those overlays. And I'm being a little bossy. I'm asking for it to add those overlays on top. I selected those Bosco images. I also asked to see some different design style. Again, this agent has the context, so it's going to reference that list that it gave me before, just helping me to keep exploring. You can see it's getting those available models, and these are starting to come in. So even it's naming them Bosco's birthday. Again, this agent has the context of our original conversation. I cannot wait for them to load up, and so you guys can see Bosco again just slaying the house down. Perfect. I'm only here for the cake. This is so cute. Look at him in his little side eye wearing that party hat. Next one, we got snack taxes are due. I know that's right, Bosco. Okay, let's keep scrolling. We got these next two coming in. Certified Good Boy Level Up. And that's so fun. I love these different styles. And the last one, Birthday Zoomies Activated. Okay, this is so cute. Look at all these different directions, and we've been able to see that idea list come to life. So we're in Firefly Boards. We might as well have a little bit more fun. I'm super extra. I thought about designing out some thank you cards, and I want to see some inspiration. So I put in my ideas. Let's let Project Moonlight generate that for us, and I'm going to go ahead and start building out this artboard with Bosco. Let's go ahead and scale this, scale down, scale down, align, perfect. And again, guys, I'm super extra, so I'm gonna go ahead and name this artboard for us. Birthday Project Inspo, building out those directions. And let's see what we got cooking in the chat to the side. We got dog sticker, sleigh, Bosco wolf. Love this one. Next one, we got some dog tree collage. Look at this fun paper. I love that. And scrolling down, we got these cute little pastel Shibas. Look how absolutely adorable with this little whimsical land. I love this kind of design direction. And the last one, we got some pixel sheeps. I love this pixel effect. Look at all these different styles we've been able to create, and you guys know the drill. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange this really quick with the, one second. Got those nervous hands that everyone's been talking about all day today. So we're gonna go ahead and scale this down and align this so we can see all these different styles. Perfect. One more time, guys. The nervous hands, they are popping through today with this trackpad up here. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take a look. Look at all of these different design directions. Let me remind you guys where we started. We started with images of my dog, to getting ideas, refining those ideas with Project Moonlight, to getting that Instagram connection and strategy, to having all of that context follow us into Firefly Boards, to visually see these ideas come to life. I feel like I've just made my own personal mood board to build out this project. And at this point, I have the ability to open this up into Photoshop and Adobe Express to make this in my own way. Project Moonlight is coming soon to Firefly. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you. So ideation at the next level with Project Moonlight coming soon. So Kelsey showed how we blend your content from apps like Lightroom, your social profiles by connecting to your Instagram account, and an ideation agent into a single conversational experience that follows you across Adobe apps, and you saw how it came up in Boards. So keep an eye out for it. It's coming soon. I think this is going to be really helpful for that ideation stage of creation. Now we have time for one last demo, and I think this is maybe the most important demo we're going to be showing you today about the future of creativity. And I think it's going to change the way we all work. We spent this morning talking about and looking at the creative workflows. The way you stitch actions together in our tools can make the difference between something good and something truly magical. But what if you could capture the best workflows and bundle them up and then use them across projects, maybe even share and remix them with other creators or as part of your production process? Well, I'm excited to introduce you to Project Graph. It's a new way to build, share, and remix composable workflows. So Wes, bring us home.
Thank you, David. Hey everyone, my name is Wes. I am so excited to be here today to talk to you about Project Graph. All right, so at its heart, Project Graph is a node-based tool for building creative workflows. So what we're going to do, though, and if we look at it, I think the thing that is super magical about this is that you can take tools. Like, it's basically you're mixing tools from all the creative claps that you already know and use every day to build anything you can imagine. All right, so let's start with the basics, right? Basics are first. So what you can see here is that I have a workflow. So I have a background prompt, I have a reference image, and I have a Firefly generation. Now, I also have an image output. Expanding my workflow is just a matter of just adding a few extra tools. So what I'm going to do here is just make a little bit of room, and I'll hit Enter. And so I get my little search, so I can start searching for tools across Creative Cloud. So if I start to do a search here for levels, I've got a levels. Well, maybe what I also want to do in this case is maybe I need a shape tool from Illustrator. But what I'm actually looking for is the pixelate filter from Photoshop. So I'm just going to grab a pixelate, and I've got the node, and I'm going to drag it into here. Okay, so to start building my workflow, I just start connecting tools. So let's go to the output of Firefly, and we'll connect it here to the image, and then we're going to take our image to our output. Now, I'd love to be able to break this out into a little slider so that I can control it. So here I'll just grab the pixel size, break this off, and just create a little slider here. Now, if I just adjust my slider, I can start updating here my pixelate effect. Okay, let's look at another quick example. I'll hit enter once more, bring it up, searching for my tools. Let's come over here and take a look at hue and saturation. All right, so now we've got hue and saturation. Now, what I really love about this is that this is my workflow, and I can place these tools and connect them however I want. So in my case, I'd love to have the hue and saturation happen before the pixelate. So now we'll plug in our pixelate. Now, for the sake of time, I already have a color picker here, so let's just plug in my color picker to the hue. All right, so if I zoom out here a little bit, you can start to see my workflow. So now I have my hue saturation, and here I have my pixelate. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, maybe I don't want to design in a graph. And so what Project Graph does is it wraps up all of these tools and all these workflows, and it bundles them into what we call a capsule. And here is a capsule, and you get this nice custom UI. So if we take a look over here on the left, these are the tools that I just created. I have my hue saturation, and we'll scroll down here a little bit. I have my pixel size. I have my background prompt. I can, change the reference image. This is basically here my entire workflow. And the best part about this is that you can share this with anyone. All right. Now, this is just a really simple example. You might be thinking, well, hey, I could do that in Photoshop, and you would be right. But Project Graph is capable of creating very advanced and super powerful workflows. So I'm going to switch gears now, and let's take a look at an actual real-world example. Okay, so I'm going into another graph. All right, here we have a workflow. Let's zoom in and take a look at what we have here. So at the very beginning of the workflow, I have a reference image. This is a product image, and then I have a reference for a Firefly generation. Okay, let's start to zoom out. And let's just move on down the downstream here of my project graph, and look what I get here at the output. I get 2 video variations from Google VO3, one of our partner models, and then also I have an image output here. And so that is what's actually created for me. Now, everything I'm showing here, this is using the exact same process that I just showed you earlier. It's just using a few more tools. Well, probably a lot more tools. But speaking of tools, let's actually take a look at what I mean here by tools. So we're going to zoom in over in this little area, and let's just scroll up. And here you can see a little area. So what I have here to start off with is a background removed from Photoshop. I'm taking that result and generating a 3D model from that. I'm taking that result and starting to do some Photoshop blending. So now I've got a command here from Photoshop, Photoshop blend. We already know how to use that. If we check our blend, we've got all of our blending modes here set and ready to go. Let's keep moving down the downstream here of our node graph and take a look at some more examples. So here's something kind of interesting. You'll see here that I have an AI model. So you have access to all the AI models that you have as part of Firefly. Now in this case, I'm using a partner model, Flux Context, to go ahead and generate a composited render here of my scene. All right, so I'm going to zoom out here just a little bit. And one of the things that's so powerful about this is that if I make a change to any of these tools, or if I change the inputs, my entire workflow will update. Now, for the sake of time, and I really want to show this in action, I have a quick little video prepared here so I can just show you what this actually looks like. So here you're going to see that I'm replacing the headphones with a speaker. The entire graph is then updating behind the scenes automatically and producing 2 new results for me. Let's take a look at another example. This time I'm going to drop in another reference image, and again, you see the entire graph updates behind the scenes, and I get completely different result, all from just changing something really simple. So this is my workflow with infinite possibilities and different control that I can have. So at this point, we've talked about how Project Graph, can be simple to creative workflow. We also talked about how advanced and powerful these workflows can be. And then we also talked about how Project Graph can, wrap all this up into a custom UI so that we can, just have a custom UI, and we can have a capsule that we can share with anyone, and especially use these in Creative Cloud. Now, what is truly magical about this, where this all comes together, is that these capsules are available in the Creative Cloud apps that you use every day. So now I'm going to shift gears one last time, and let's take a look at Photoshop. So here I'm in Photoshop, and you can see I've got my panels here. Now, if I wanted to just click in and go into one of my actual capsules here, we now have the capsule interface. And so, like I said before, the thing that's powerful about this is you have all of these little custom controls here available to you. So if we take a look, I've got something as interesting as light direction. So maybe I want to relight this image on the fly. So as I start to change this effect, the capsule is now rendering this effect directly into the Photoshop canvas. I still have full flexibility and control as I work through this because the capsule's rendering everything to the Photoshop canvas. I have my layer stack in Photoshop where I can keep working using the powerful tools of Photoshop that I already know. Now, speaking of layers, I've built a control for myself. If I enable this, it's going to split out my capsule into individual layers that you can see over here so that I can continue working again with the Photoshop tools I know. So that is Project Graph. It is a node-based tool for building powerful and advanced workflows available in the Creative Cloud apps that you know and use every day. I'm so excited for this tool. I think you will be too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wes. Okay, so here's the thing. Adobe has incredible technology across imaging, photography, video, illustration, 3D, audio, and more. All of that and everything around generative AI that we've been talking about, Project Graph can combine all of these into capabilities that are reusable as workflows. And here's where it gets really exciting. As Wes showed, you can then share and remix those workflows into your creative tools and into your production flows. And we can't wait to get this in your hand. We are expecting this to come out in the next few months. We covered a lot this morning. Thank you guys for the energy and everything you've put into being here. Check out the Creative Park to learn more about everything we talked about. Thank you all. Have an amazing Max, and see you back here tomorrow morning.
Let's do it again.